Hi, you've reached the High Fashion Hotline.
Hi, my family is hosting a barbecue for Labor Day, and we need our style to look smokin'.
Try Old Navy. You guys will look BB cute.
Old Navy?
Yep, right now at Old Navy's Labor Day sale, the styles your family loves are all 50% off. Get 50% off all jeans, dresses, and tees.
50% off all jeans, all dresses, and all tees?
You bet, all 50% off at Old Navy and OldNavy.com.
Honey, get those dogs off the grill. We're going to Old Navy.
High Fashion, Old Navy. Valid 8/31 to 9/4. Excludes licensed men's packaged and clearance.
Hi, I'm Stunning Stella Cheeks.
And I'm the Enigma Erin Klein.
And this is
Not Your Demographic,
a feminist wrestling podcast.
Shockingly, those exist. Spit beer out my nose. Okay.
Gotta get hyped somehow.
I'm ready.
I am tired. Let's go.
All right. Fantastic.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. I have been enjoying not being in school for like a whole week.
Cool.
It's been nice to have downtime.
Yeah, that is
it's
something
weird.
that I don't understand.
I like crashed into it and was like, oh, I have like a week where I don't have to panic at every moment about the wedding. So I'm like taking this week. And like every day of this work week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've had to talk to my mom about the wedding. So now I'm like, oh, okay, that time is over. It is now time to be busy AF again. But good. I'm doing really well.
Your wedding is still a decent amount of time away.
It is 8 weeks away.
Yeah.
That's very close.
Yeah, but you've got all of the big stuff figured out, so now it's just minutia and details, which, like, 8 weeks for minutia and details is fine.
Minutia and details, that includes, like, all of the seating arrangements. It's stuff that once we sit down to do it will be fine and easy to do. It's just time-consuming. And trying to find time where Michael and I are in the same apartment together is difficult. So that, I think, is our biggest hurdle. But we're doing it. We, like, leave a list for each other every day, like, you do these 3 things today, and I'll try to do these 2 things. So we're slowly getting through it. But yeah, things are good. How are you? Other than tired?
I'm busy. I am the wedding coordinator for my friend's wedding, which is on Saturday. So I am, like, stretched very thin that way.
Busy as fuck, yeah.
And I also wrote a review for the play that we saw, and I'm like, I set a deadline.
Excellent.
It
I
was
really
good.
enjoyed it.
We'll talk about it, but I set a deadline.
I meant your review was excellent.
Oh. I meant the play. I was like, yeah, we'll talk about it. We're talking about me right now? How dare you interrupt me?
I'm actually giving you a compliment, and you're like, please.
Yeah, I worked, like, decently hard on it, because I was daunted, because I've never really, like, reviewed a play before. Mm-hmm. So I was, like, a little freaked out about it.
You've also been reviewed as an actor before, too, so you kind of understand that, like, reviews do hold a certain weight with like, some of the people who are reading them, too.
That was fair.
No, I thought
There's only, like, one thing that I didn't really like, but I was fair about it.
And I thought that was very fair, that you, like, kind of hit him with, like, this falls a little flat, but then, like, at the end, like, this performance does get better, and so I like that your bit about him, like, evolved sort of like his character arc did. So I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. You can read it on Cage Side Seats, everybody. It's the Stella's review of the elaborate entrance of Chad Diety, which we'll talk about more later.
By the Red Theater Company.
Yes.
I set a deadline for, like, my grad school application, so I'm, like, also freaking out about that.
All right.
I sent my statement of purpose that is in all different types of disarray to my friend who has been to grad school and has helped me with, like she read all my rough drafts for my grant writing class and things like that. So she's in Bucharest right now, and I was like, you're not busy, right? In Bucharest for work. Please fix this. And she was like, okay, relax. So I'm just, like, a little stretched then. And then after working, so I have the rehearsal that I have to run on Friday. I have the wedding that I have to work for 13 hours on Saturday, and then we're going to a wedding on Sunday.
Good God.
So
busy.
Yeah.
Well,
I always, like, I live my life as, like, oh, once that thing is over, I'll be good. But, like, there's always another thing.
There's always another thing. That's why, like, I had this week, and I was like, oh, okay, I feel relaxed. And I was like, oh, I've got to do this thing. Oh, and then I have a wedding to go to. Oh, and then I have my bridal shower. Oh, shit. And then I have my bachelorette party. Oh, shit. And then we have Pod Slam. Oh, fuck. Like, it's just all the way, like, straight towards...
Pod Slam is before your bachelorette party.
You're right. It is.
Significantly.
It's
like
same,
a month before.
It's the same day as Michael's bachelor party.
Yeah.
They all line up in the calendar.
What?
You're right, it is a month. It's almost exactly a month before.
Yeah.
I found out today that my work crush, who's worked there like the same amount of time that I have, is getting married on the day of my bachelorette party.
That's funny.
And I was like,
let's
what
go
a
crash
weird...
his wedding.
I know, right? Like, hey, what's up?
What wrestling shirt are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Colt Cabana yellow, black, and red dot grid, literally only because it matches my brand new pineapple skirt.
What is with you and like pineapples right now?
I love pineapple prints, and they're like having a moment this season, so I'm like, I have to buy all the pineapple prints while I can, because in a year no one will want them anymore.
Well, I just got my banana bolero. So
what?
I was like on ModCloth or something and like looking at their sale, and I was like, whatever, all this is dumb. And then there was like a little bolero that was navy blue with bright bananas all over it. And I was
What's
like,
a bolero?
Erin, it's like a small, it's like a blazer but short, like the sweater I'm wearing.
Yeah.
It's like a like bullfighters wear, little boleros.
Oh, okay.
That's a bolero.
Oh, okay. I thought bolero was a type of dress. Okay, I see what you're saying now.
I bought a banana
with
bolero.
bananas on it. Cute.
It's super cute.
Super cute.
So that's what I'm into, I guess.
Awesome.
Bananas.
Fruit prints are in, man. All right. Other news?
You have to
Oh,
ask
I'm
me.
sorry. I keep forgetting. I can't see any wrestling things on you. I'm like, oh, I can't see anything. You must not be wearing it. Do you have something on under your tiny sweater?
Yes, I'm wearing my She's a Wrestler Kimberly shirt.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you wear that shirt.
We wore the shirt together and took a picture specifically about our Kimberly shirts like a month ago.
I thought you had a different Kimberly shirt.
I only have this one.
Oh, okay. Well, I forgot
You
then.
need to stop smoking so much. Your memory retention is not great.
I have really good long-term memory and really bad short-term memory.
I don't know, like 2 months, is that considered short term?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I guess we should talk about news, this trash fire of a week.
Yeah, this has been a very trash fire of a week. I hope that everybody in Houston is safe and that all of your friends and family are, I got hit with like a huge wave of sadness on the way over here. Like, oh, we have all this bullshit wrestling week to talk about, but all this good stuff. Oh, fuck. Also, this giant fucking flood happened.
Yeah.
I was listening to NPR on my way over here, so that's probably why I got so sad about it. But I encourage everybody to find an organization to donate to. Not the Red Cross. They are not good at allocating their funds. So find something local. Like the Houston Food Bank is raising a lot of money, and there are some organizations that restore photos that are damaged in floods, like services like that. If you don't want to give directly now and want to give in like a week when you get paid or whatever, donate to services local to Houston. That's like the best way that you can help out. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to like get that.
No, that's great.
Get that in there.
Absolutely.
Okay, news. Let's
news.
talk about where do you want to start with the trash fire?
Whatever. We can talk about the Rosemary Sexy Star thing.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Sexy Star's a piece of shit. It's really sad and disappointing. Like,
yeah.
I feel
It's just been like the past couple of months, like so much shit has come out about her that you're like, what? But you were supposed to be like, I overcame adversity and now I'm like a champion for the people and I'm so great. And
it took me so long to come around on her too. Like season 1, I was not into Sexy Star. She grew a lot as a wrestler for me, and I like really learned to love her character. So I feel even more angry about this. Like, oh, I put so much time into getting to like you, and now I never want to see your stupid face ever again. Like,
yeah, that sucks.
How do you purposely she tore her bicep and her tricep, right? At first I thought it was dislocated, but I think Rosemary said in her second statement that.
Did you watch the video?
No. No, I did not.
So she puts her in the arm bar, whatever, and then, like, Rosemary taps, and then she just keeps yanking and yanking and yanking and yanking and yanking, and Rosemary is, like, tapping, like,
what
fucking
the fuck?
let go of me. And then, you know, Sexy Star's, like, sister-in-law was like, well, there was some, like, attitudes or, like, some shit talking to Sexy Star. Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
Rosemary was, like, to her face was like, I think you're a piece of shit. You still don't do that.
No, not at all. Like, honestly, short of Rosemary saying, like, straight up racist shit to Sexy Star, I don't think that there's any kind of fucking excuse for that. Like, only then, maybe. Maybe. Like, I don't think that's the case. Does not seem like that is at all what happened. It sort of seems like Sexy Star's just a cunt. Like, and then to, like, make a bunch of excuses afterwards, like...
And she hasn't released a statement, and neither has AAA.
No, Vampiro made a statement and then somehow made it about Dave Meltzer. I don't even fucking... What? No!
Or Global Force Wrestling's like, they apologize, so it's fine. Let's move on. Let's focus on the positives. Great. Rosemary is one of the performers that kept your fucking company alive.
Right?
When it was TNA, like, Rosemary and the Hardys kept that fucking shit alive.
Seriously. Honestly.
And you're just gonna throw her under the bus like that? Fuck you.
She built an entire fucking stable that then fought the Broken Stable, and it was awesome. And then now she could just be, it's fine, they apologized. It was just a misunderstanding. Bitch, it's not. That is not a misunderstanding.
I do love the, like...
So mad.
Outpouring of, like, love for Rosemary.
Yes.
And the, like, shaming of Sexy Star from the, like, wrestling community.
Yes, absolutely.
That was nice to see.
I want to say it was a Wrestle Circus. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I saw that there was a wrestling company that took Sexy Star off of their roster and replaced her with Rosemary. So, like...
They were like, suck it.
Right? I like that, like, level of shade from a company that's like, yeah, you done fucked up, so we're definitely gonna give this to the person you fucked up.
Yeah, and I mean...
Who's awesome.
If you have extra money and you are looking for merch, like, I would encourage you to go buy some Rosemary merch. Like, that is, like, a way to, like, support her financially when she can't probably wrestle a ton for a while. And also just to be like, we stand with you. Like, fuck that.
Yep, absolutely. I totally agree.
But, I mean, there's a lot of things to give money to, so, like, I understand.
But
if you have the money and the desire, I think that's, like, a good
it's a good way to support another community which also is in need of help. A community of one person who had her arm fucked up.
A community. Well, she's the Hive, so there's many people on there.
True. You're right. You're very right.
It is a community.
You're right. You're right. I apologize. I retract that.
Asuka vacated her title.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, I guess.
I mean, WWE announced it. By the time our show went up last week, people already knew that it had happened. Yeah. I got home and was like...
I wonder if it's happening on tonight's episode, because tonight's the first episode that was taped after Takeover.
It probably is then. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had a feeling she was going to vacate it. So I didn't think it would happen now, but I guess with the shoulder injury that made... Collarbone, which is a part of your shoulder.
Yeah, but it's a different injury than a shoulder.
But I'm just saying, it's a part of your shoulder. Just step the fuck off.
My collarbone is right here. That is not my shoulder. That is so far.
You can't do that with your shoulder if your collarbone's broken, so just back off.
All right, fine. You're not wrong, I guess. So that's fine.
I'm glad that she vacated it. I think that makes her look super badass and powerful.
Yes, I completely agree.
And I also, like, it kind of works that she's injured, because then, like, people will forget a little bit at least, because there's, always so much shit going on. And then so when Asuka shows up, it's going to be like, what?
Yeah, I'm totally into it.
And then we hope she goes on Raw or SmackDown. I hope it's Raw.
I hope it's Raw, too. I would rather see her on SmackDown because I feel like she can kind of run shit there, but Nakamura is there.
Doing, like, okay in the women's division without her.
That's true.
Whereas Raw is, like, doing better right now.
Right.
But I mean,
but needs a boost.
Nia gets the belt. What's believable? If Alexa wins the belt back from Nia, or if Asuka comes up and kills Nia?
Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking about this last night. Like, I love the idea, too, of Alexa beating Nia and being like, no one can beat me, and then fucking Asuka's music hits and she comes out and is like, I can beat you. Like,
I can beat anyone.
It would be so amazing. And I feel like she fits into that, like, powerhouse division on Raw that exists right now. Like, she could go head to head with everybody on SmackDown. I think she could have more fun there, but I want to see her as somebody who can, like, really drive the division forward.
Yeah,
and like on NXT, like we said, she's been the head of that division for so long. It would be nice to see her.
Years.
Yeah, it would be nice to see her, like, interacting with a bunch of new people again.
Yeah.
Even if she is just the champ.
I wonder what they're going to do with the title. I hope it, like...
I don't know. There's rumors they're going to give it to the Mae Young winner. I really fucking hope not. Like, that seems real shitty. Put the Mae Young winner on NXT and give them a number one title opportunity. Have a tournament of the women on NXT and have those two fight. It just feels like a big fuck you to everyone on NXT. Yeah, I think it should be like the
Mae Young winner and then like a tournament winner.
Yeah.
But even if they did give it to the Mae Young winner, it's we were saying last week, like, it needs to have, like, a real prize. If that's
Yes.
the real prize, then fine. And then they are immediately
There's that
thrown in.
trophy, but yeah, it's,
but
it's
then they're
different.
immediately thrown into NXT, and then we get competition because all those girls are like,
Right.
how fucking dare you just come in and take this title? We've worked here. So I
Yeah.
think it could really work. I get
think
where you're coming from, but I think it could work.
depends on who they want to win the tournament. If they want a babyface to win the tournament, I don't think that they can do that. I think if a heel is to win the tournament, then that could work.
I mean, there aren't a ton of heels in that tournament.
Fucking, if they gave Mercedes a contract
Yeah,
and
I
were
mean,
like,
that would be
you can have the
amazing.
NXT title, she would take it probably.
Of course she would.
Yeah. That's...
But I'm just saying.
I think she would be perfect for that, actually.
I agree. I absolutely agree. But I think that if they did, I mean, you could reverse it. If you did a babyface winner, like Kari or, well, I don't know. I feel like Abby is a better heel, but whatever.
Yeah. Candace.
And then you had heels from NXT be like, no, fuck you. Or even had like a heel turn from like Ember or something. Like, how dare you? Like,
Yeah.
I think you can play it both ways.
That's true. And I guess I am also thinking more main roster where babyfaces don't work in the same way that, like, I mean, Bayley got over in NXT. Like, babyfaces can work there. It's just a different environment. That's true. That's a good point.
And Charlotte wasn't always a bad guy. Charlotte was a babyface for a while when she was because it was Charlotte was a babyface as a champ for a long time, and Sasha was the Mondo heel.
That's true. Charlotte was not a good babyface, but the
it worked at
storytelling
NXT.
that they were doing was
I'm
good.
just saying,
yeah,
it's possible.
that's true. That's a good point. Asuka's vacated. We're waiting.
Ric Flair is doing better.
Yes, he's not dead.
There are rumors
Thank God.
that Loki is leaving Global Force Wrestling because they were like, they took him out of the championship picture, and he was like, literally, I've devoted so much to this company, I'm leaving again. Bye.
Good. Bye.
Xavier Woods' knee is sore.
He tore his MCL. So he's probably going to be not wrestling for at least 6 weeks.
At least, luckily, they have a gimmick where that's fine.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree.
Not that I want him to be hurt, but
No.
like...
It sucks that this is happening right in the middle of them trying to give him a wrestling push.
Yeah.
But this also, like, whatever. He'll be fine. They'll be fine. This was their original power wrestling team anyway, so it's not like the New Day as a wrestling team is gonna suffer in any way. So
Yeah.
I feel bad for Xavier, but once he's better, they're just gonna do this again, so who cares? Like, it's fine. I want his knee to get better. That's really all I care about.
Samoa Joe is also hurt.
Yep, he's out 6 weeks with a knee injury as well. They didn't say what kind. Injured his knee at a house show. Awesome. That's why we're now getting Cena and Roman, apparently. Okay, that's fine. I feel bad for Joe. I mean, this is like the best possible time it could have happened to him, I
and
think.
Joe being like a surprise comeback will work for Joe.
Yes, I completely agree.
Like, yeah. So, not that it's good, but like, if anybody can pull it off, he can.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like Cass.
Angry Monster. Oh,
where like Cass, it's like,
in
when
9
are you
months.
gonna be okay?
Yeah, when he comes back in
Is
9
it gonna
months.
work?
No.
Yeah, so, but like, Joe will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Joe could come back in 2 years and it would be fine.
Oh, yeah, people would lose their shit.
So, like, it's a little different.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. One more sort of sad news. It's a little different because he came back, but did you know that Mike Bennett has been off of TV for several weeks because he was in rehab?
I did not know that, but
Yeah.
I have been seeing the posts that Maria has been putting up and how, like, she's very supportive and they're being
Yeah.
really open about it, which it really fits their, like, off-screen personas because they're very open about stuff.
Yeah, he checked himself into a rehabilitation program because he's been struggling with painkiller addictions.
Because he had, like, a surgery a couple years ago.
And so now he's checked himself into that. I was more surprised not that... I mean, wrestlers dealing with painkiller addictions, it happens fucking all the goddamn time. I was more surprised that it's like a month after they got here, that it was now like, they never ran a wellness test on him, or was it like...
But I'm sure he has prescriptions for it.
That's true. That's a good point. Although, like, I know that there are certain ones that are banned and aren't. I don't know. I'm just glad that he's getting help.
And they're being, like, supportive of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's great. And he's on TV, and, like, that's a good sign that he's not, like... so debilitated by this that he can't do anything. And he never,
like, seemed, from, like, an outside's perspective, it wasn't like watching, like, Jeff Hardy wrestle fucked up. Like,
yeah.
I've been watching Mike Bennett for years, and I've never noticed anything wrong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, like, not saying that makes it okay or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, that probably also helps with their, like, faith in him. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So I hope he gets better soon.
Me too. Lana drama.
Lana drama, yeah.
Hashtag crazy Lana. That's a nice hashtag. Not my hashtag.
Right? Did not originate with this podcast.
My hashtag is blessed I'm not Lana. That bitch is nuts.
Girl, what are you doing?
I just got me and Erin and Jay and Courtney and Meg are all on like a thread together, like a secret we're
better
sexy.
than you? That's
Yeah.
what you wanted to say?
I wanted to say it, and then I corrected myself.
No, it was the right
secret
impulse.
we're better than you.
Yeah.
And Jay just said, Stella, come get your girl. And I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, Lana.
It was great.
Naya made like a great post on Instagram of her like holding up the belt and said something like, I was told that I was too fat, I was told that I was too ugly, I was told that I was too different, that I'd never make it on this path, and they were right, I'm not making it on their path, I'm making it on my path, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Great. Lana comes on in and goes, interesting, flag, red flag. Right
Block
away.
that person.
Interesting, nobody with good intentions ever just throws out the word interesting.
Especially not with an ellipsis after it. That bitch is coming for you. Get ready.
Interesting. Something, I'm not reading it. This is off from my Lana memory banks. Interesting that you talk about body positivity, but you shamed me for not being able to lift as much. Which is like...
I read that and I was like, first of all, I don't think that happens.
Somebody making fun of... Somebody being like, I lift more than you is not body shaming.
No!
And Naya was like, that's not what that is.
No!
She said, oh, here comes hashtag crazy Lana.
Mm-hmm. I like how Naya too was like, no, you said you could lift more than me, and then you embarrassed yourself by not being able to do this,
Because that's
and
what
I
Lana
laughed.
does all the time. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm better, and then she like embarrasses herself.
Right.
And then people are like, you're not better. And she's like, you've attacked me.
Yeah.
I'm all about supporting women, lifting other women up.
I love that it has now been like a permanent talking point. Like, didn't you body shame that woman who wrote that article about you?
Oh yeah, then somebody was like, I find it hilarious that Lana's talking about body shaming when she body shamed a journalist.
I know,
They
I
said
was like,
that. Journalist. For writing about your shitty dancing.
Yeah. I love it.
So
I think it's so funny.
Lana. And then what's funny to me is too, I saw in Total Diva, she's like, I have no friends.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. You are nuts.
She's a big mess.
Should we talk about the play?
Yeah, let's do it.
I wrote a review, so we won't go into it too much, but I had a really good time.
I had a great time. I thought it was super fun.
I was really impressed by all of the actual wrestling.
Yes, I thought the wrestling was great. Also,
There was one move that I was like, oh, the scariest DDT I've ever seen in my life.
That was very scary. There was also one power bomb that I was like, oh god.
Yeah, the first power bomb was like, we're all gonna die.
Now knowing that guy had training, I was like, okay, you probably of all people can probably take this better than anyone
so there
else.
was one actor who was a former indie wrestler,
Which totally makes sense,
but
because he played those characters.
He played all
he
of
was
the
so good at it.
supporting wrestling characters, and he really understood all of the gimmicks.
Yes, he really did.
He did a great
They were all
job.
distinctly different, even though it was sort of.
They had this.
I don't want to spoil it, but
there was a tag team of the two kind of farcical characters that played a bunch of different characters, and they were the Bushwhackers meets a generic hip hop tag team.
it was so funny,
so fucking funny and weird. And I was like, "What?" They did the Bushwhacker arms, but then they were like, "Hey," and I was like, "What is happening right now?"
It's so good. Oh, it was so good.
But the main guy who is the narrator, and he plays a Puerto Rican wrestler who wrestles with a mask, but then he's just the jobber, and he's looking, he doesn't think about wrestling as the big guys who can't wrestle. He thinks of the little guys that can do the moves and tell the stories. So the whole story is about him finding his one true story, which is awesome. I related to it a lot as a wrestling fan, where it's there's so much trash fire in wrestling, and sometimes I'm why do I even fucking watch this stuff? But when it's good, it's so fucking good.
Right, and the stuff that's good reaches out to everyone and goes past the bullshit.
But he had never done any wrestling before, which
is nuts.
Because he did really, I can't think of moves that he did, but
he fucking skinned the cat at one point, and I was like, oh man, I just started to clap, because I was like, that's first of all a very difficult move to do. Not even a lot of professional wrestlers do it regularly. Yeah, it was
lots
nuts.
of stuff.
Okay, I clapped for that when he did the skin the cat, and he just went, thank you. And I was like, sorry.
We also are such marks. In the beginning, he has a luchador mask on, and before anything starts, he starts to unlace it, and me and Erin go, and he looked at us and we were like, don't take it off. And everybody was looking, because we were like the only marks in the audience.
There was one other guy who had brought his girlfriend. I noticed him in the lobby. He was watching us, like, animatedly have this conversation about wrestling, and I think he realized, like, oh my god, they know what's happening too. And he was sitting in that middle section, and he was, like, the one that was leading the chants over there. Yeah. Before it started, the guy who plays EKO, who
is, like, the Vince McMahon promoter
who was excellent. He was very good. He was, like, the perfect smarmy.
I found out that he used to date somebody that me and Nick were in a play with that we hated.
Really?
Nick read my review and was like, I know that guy. He dated blank. And I was like, ugh.
Oh, no. Maybe more true to life than we knew. But he came out before and was, like, trying to encourage the audience to, like, boo and cheer and, like, get into the spirit of it.
Everyone, there was, like, a bunch of blue hairs in the audience.
Oh,
it was
God.
Thursday night. People were, like, not into it. And he came over to us and we were like, boo, fuck you.
You're trash. Get out.
We were
He was
awful.
like, oh, shit. Okay.
And then he gave us candy.
Yeah. He was like, more sugar. Put it in.
We were appropriately loud when it was time to be.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that show does better when there's people who get it.
Like a wrestling show, like there's a plan and there is a story that they're trying to tell, but the audience is a part of it. So like
they're an active participant.
They would react when the audience would like do stuff, which was cool.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. And like the guy who played VP and the guy who
was really good.
Oh, he was so good.
I keep thinking
excellent.
about that moment where he was like hitting on the girl in Japanese. I was like,
yes!
so smooth and good.
So smooth. Oh, it was so good. The ref was excellent. He had a really consistent gimmick I really enjoyed.
That could have been, so he's a clown in real life.
Oh.
That like makes sense. Like he does clown.
Yes,
like,
that
he's
does
an actor, but he's like specializes in clowning.
That absolutely makes sense.
But I feel like because the ref was so farcical, it could have really not fit in this like realistic play, but because wrestling is so farcical, like it really worked.
Yeah, he really felt part of that universe.
Yeah.
Like you're right, it could have been just a little bit more would have felt inappropriate, but he really figured it out. And we also we were like, someone in this production watches wrestling, and I was like, maybe it's this guy, but that makes more sense knowing that he's a clown and the other guy was an indie wrestler.
Yeah. The other character was Diety. It's supposed to be like a John Cena type character where he like can't really wrestle, but he's like the face of the company, but has more of like the Rock attitude. Where
it's supposed to be very charisma heavy. Supposed to be.
So when my problem with it is when he was being like the face of the company and the good guy, there's a level to that where you have to like really believe your own bullshit.
Yeah.
Where, like, I didn't feel it. Like, a Ric Flair believes everything he's saying. Like,
yes.
That's just what he does. But when that character started to take a darker turn and have, like, more of his, like, real life and in-character heel turn, that's when, like, the actor really fell into the role. He evolved.
Yes, exactly. He evolved very well throughout that show. Yeah, it was great. It explores a lot of xenophobia in both, like, society and also in wrestling.
And explores the VP and Mace's, like, desire to try and like subvert the stereotypes with but that fine line of like, are we reinforcing them or are we subverting them?
If you already know, you understand what we're doing, but if you don't know, then do you just think that we are these stereotypes?
Which is like such a fine line in wrestling.
Absolutely.
I thought it was really good. If you're in the Chicago area, you should definitely go see it. It runs through September 15th.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So
with the Red Theater Company, I believe?
Red Theater Company at the Straw Dog Theater space.
Yes.
It's in Ravenswood.
Yeah, it was very good. I definitely recommend it.
Super good. Also awesome this week. Finally, oh my god, I feel like we've been waiting for 10 years, the first 4 episodes of the Mae Young Classic.
Yes! I'm so happy it's finally fucking here.
Finally fucking here.
Finally here. Like, whatever. You know what? Fucking throw away how terrible the optics are of dropping it at 9 a.m. on a Monday. I still think that is the dumbest. They should have dropped it at noon. That's the answer. Like, 9 a.m. is just
on fucking Sunday.
I know, right? Drop it late on Sunday. Be like, we're gonna drop it at 10 p.m. on Sunday.
You don't have a pay-per-view that night?
Yeah, exactly. So stupid. And also, like, that means it's dropping at 6 in the morning in California. Like, what a weird time to drop a bunch of shit. I guess in California you could be like, I'm gonna watch an episode before work, but also, like, no.
I feel lucky that I work in an environment where, like, the baby takes naps, so I could, like, watch a bunch.
I couldn't watch any until yesterday, and I binged all 4 episodes at once. I sat down and was like, I'm going to treat this like it's a pay-per-view, and I'm just going to watch the whole fucking thing.
I watched them almost basically back to back.
It was really good, and I found it really enjoyable, but I was still like, man, I wish that this was not 4 episodes at a time. Give me 2 episodes a week. Like, I would be fine with that.
But they said, I guess there was, like, issues with people, like, drop off, so they wanted to make it bingeable, which I get. Like, that's how, like, Netflix gets numbers. I get it. So what did you think of the first episode? The first episode was Kaylee Ray versus Princess Suhei. It was Vanessa Bourne versus Serena Deeb. Was Kimberly versus
Jazzy. Isn't there another one? There was one. That was the last one.
Veda and Baszler, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we can talk about that one, too. Okay. I thought the opening match was really good. I liked Princess Suhei way more than I thought I would. I was shocked that Kaylee Ray lost.
Me too. I was very surprised. I really
But
liked
also,
her.
like, how are you not going to like a, like, cute adult with braces who is a really good wrestler?
Yeah.
How am I not going to like that?
I know. She's great. And also, I feel like she's a good person.
She did a good job.
She's a good person to place later for elimination.
Agreed.
Like, that's what her role is going to be, and she was really good in this match, so I liked it a lot. She's great.
You know, more people got eyes on Kaylee Ray, who is, like, somebody who is very popular on the indie scene.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The Vanessa Bourne Serena Deeb match, I was like, this is pretty basic, but I liked it more than I thought I would.
I liked it less than I thought I would.
Oh, really?
But I don't really care for Vanessa Bourne, and I was really distracted by her outfit. Like,
she has weird choices.
Yeah, she makes weird choices, and I was like, I don't understand.
She did not have her fancy dog collar on, though.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I know Vanessa is still very green, and that's part of it. And like,
she's starting to figure out her character, though, and
Yes.
there is something like nice about a redemption story, which works for Serena Deeb. It's very similar to the Brian Kendrick story in the Cruiserweight.
That's exactly what I didn't even think about that. That's her exact place in this tournament.
And it's nice because then it gets people like, oh, I remember her. I liked her,
and I have no connection to her, so I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I feel exactly like I did about Brian Kendrick, and I've grown to love him. So like, I'm here for it.
He crushed it on 251.
Yeah, he does. Right?
So
cool.
He did like a great job. The Veda Shayna Baszler match was not Veda, Zeta.
I was gonna say Zeta.
Zeta. I really liked Zeta, and I like feel bad that she got squashed by Shayna, who is still not a very good wrestler.
I didn't care.
Also,
about
fuck
this.
Ronda Rousey.
I know, right? I didn't care about this at all. She got married. Did you see that photo?
Oh, who cares?
She looks very happy, and I was like, "Oh, you look like a real person. You're still a terrible piece of trash." So, oops, oopsies.
They clearly want Shayna to go somewhat far. I just hope that I don't know. I hope she doesn't go that far. She's not a great wrestler.
I know.
Isn't she like not even a very good MMA fighter?
No. No, she wasn't. That's why she doesn't do it anymore. The most successful one.
None of them do it anymore. Of the 4 horsewomen, right?
One of them is fucking married to Roddy.
They're engaged.
Whatever. She had his baby. They are basically married. Yeah. The most successful one among them was Ronda Rousey, and look where she's at. Like,
disgraced.
No. Ugh, gross. Anyway,
the final match of episode 1 was Jazzy Gabbard versus Abby Lath, aka Kimberly. Here's the thing. I'm going to be really honest. I have always liked Kimberly, but I've always liked the idea of Kimberly more than I've enjoyed watching Kimberly in the ring. Yep. Even when she won the Shakara title. Like, I like her matches with Ruby, but I always was like, or Heidi, whatever, is way better than Kimber. Like, I always liked her, but there was always something that I was like, okay. She blew me away in this match.
So good.
She's like,
so good.
This performance center has like taken your really good, like, what is the word? Like, base instincts, and like, holy shit, she was so good in that match.
I agree.
And Jazzy Gabbard did a great job, and they played off
too.
of each other so well, because like, Kimber's not a small girl, but she's not a powerhouse like Gabbard, and like, you know, to win with the alligator clutch, it was Mae Young's move. It was, I can't tell if it was my favorite match, but it's definitely up there.
Easily top 3 matches of the tournament for me.
Well, all 4 of the main events were great.
Yes, I completely agree with that.
But this one, there was just something shocking about it, because I really didn't think Abby was going to win, and
we said last week, like, oops, sorry, girl.
Right, and I also was like, this was one of the first times when I was like, I am invested 100%. Not
Absolutely.
just like I'm invested in the idea of Kimberly or like what she means, or
especially
like
after 2 matches where I was like, I liked the Serena Deeb and Vanessa Born, but I didn't love it. I wasn't like super engaged. I barely paid attention to the Shayna Baszler one because she's not a great wrestler. So I was like, I only need to know who wins this match. Oh, surprise! And so by the time I got to this, I was just so engaged and like I watched every single second of this match and loved it.
So fucking good.
Oh, it was so good.
I was so happy with it.
I want to see more of Jazzy Gabber.
Me too.
Is she signed with WWE?
I don't think so. But the thing is that everyone's gonna get signed, but now we know some of these women that we didn't know before. I need to find out
what her home promotion is in Germany, so that when I'm in
go
Germany,
meet her.
I can
go
fucking go see her
in like a fun, nice way.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's stay away from that, but
in like a fan way, not in like a scary way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Episode 2 opened with Mercedes versus Zaya. I really like the idea of Zaya. I like that Zaya was like, I'm going to put on a whole show before this match even starts. Fan.
I know. I really enjoyed this.
And Mercedes was just like...
I love Mercedes.
I love Mercedes
She's
too.
so good. She's so good.
She's not my favorite trifecta member, but she's my second favorite trifecta member.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean...
But she's like... she is a powerhouse. She's got the look of a wrestler. She's got the attitude. She's good... Like, she is a good wrestler. Her chops are insane. I'm really glad that she moved on.
She has a great face for wrestling. Like... She's very emotive. You can see her in the ring from far away. She like communicates super well. When she's on promos, she understands how to curb that in a way that she lets go in the ring. Like, she just has great instincts, and I'm so excited to see more of her. Like, we saw her for the first time at, oh my god, it was one of the
It was an AEW show last, I think it was the last AEW show of 2016.
Yeah,
it was at Logan Square Auditorium, and it was our first time seeing Mercedes, and
yeah,
it was the loudest chop I've ever heard in real life. It made my skin crawl.
Yeah, it was fucking outrageous. Oh, she's so good. Yeah, I want her to go really far in the tournament.
Want her to go really, really far.
I don't think that much like with the Cruiserweight Classic, I think that we kind of have to be prepared for the fact that whoever wins is going to be someone who has a WWE contract, and Mercedes does not have one as far as we know, because she's still the Shimmer champion. So, like, that's part of it, is I want her, like, much like Zack Sabre Jr. in the Cruiserweight division tournament, I want Mercedes to go very far, and then if she decides to sign a contract and they use it as a vehicle to continue pushing her, I'm all in. But if she makes it that far and then loses to go continue being really good in Shimmer and on the indies, I'm also fine with that.
Yeah,
I think that anything is going to look good for her, and anything from here is going to push her, like, straight into the next level, and I'm here for it.
Agreed. The second match was maybe the worst match of the whole Mae Young Classic. It was Marty Bell versus Rachel Evers.
I don't know. I don't think that this was the worst match. I thought the other Australian girl...
Okay, yeah, we can get there. But this was rough. Especially because Rachel Evers / Ellering is a great wrestler. Marty Bell is a great wrestler.
Yeah.
This was a mess of a match.
It was...
Which is disappointing. Like, I love Marty Bell.
It's a fucking mess. Also, we knew going into this, we didn't know who won.
I couldn't tell. You could tell?
Oh, I knew right away. Yeah. When they went into this match, Marty Bell was supposed to win this match. And halfway through, the back, I'm going to guess, Triple H changed his mind and informed the referee that Rachel Evers was going to be winning. And there's a moment where they're in the corner and Rachel's on the ground and Marty's like stomping on her, and Rachel turns toward the camera and she just lights up. She has this big smile on her face, and I was like, you just found out that you're winning this match. And Marty looks at the ref and goes, what? And I was like, oh shit, you just found out that this match changed.
I did not see that.
Oh, I noticed it right away. And it was like...
Can you imagine?
Yeah, and it was after that I was like, Marty doesn't give a fuck about this match anymore. Like, it was very weird. And I think it's only because I was looking for it.
We thought it was going to be the other way.
I literally really did. I really thought it was... But, you know, now thinking of it, knowing that Tessa Blanchard was losing, it makes sense that they didn't want both of the Legends daughters to lose. Like, that is smart booking to push.
Yeah, but you should have thought of that before.
Yeah, you really fucking should have. And also, like...
Also, Tessa's way better than Rachel.
Yeah. But Rachel could not have put on that same kind of match with Kairi Sane.
Right, I agree. And they've wrestled a bunch at Stardom, so they have, like, a relationship and whatever. But, like,
still,
if I had to choose a Legend's daughter to go forward,
agreed.
It would have been Tessa.
I agree.
The next match is the one you're talking about, Rhea Ripley versus Miranda Salinas.
I hated both of them.
Really? Because I really liked Miranda. I hated Rhea Ripley immediately because she mouthed her words the whole time, and I was like, "Ooh, biggest pet peeve."
From the Mae Young teaser with like the shots of the people, she does that weird fucking kick thing. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I hate this person. I hate the way that they move.
She's got a WWE contract, so have fun.
Ugh, gross.
She's like 19. She'll figure it out.
Oh, is she really? Okay, I thought she was older than that. That makes a lot more sense. She's like 19. She doesn't have great control of her body. Yeah,
give her.
And she's
she's
6 feet tall.
She's 6 feet tall. She's like 19, and she was like a soccer player. Like, give her a chance.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
She's not my favorite, but like, I'm not gonna ride the like hate Rhea train.
I thought she was like in her 20s. That makes way more sense.
I did. Okay. I really liked Miranda. I thought she had like.
I think part of it is that I just disliked Rhea so much that I was like,
you're like, fuck this match.
Yeah, I was like, I'm so disinterested.
Miranda had like a really scrappy attitude. I liked her character. I don't even remember
what she looked like.
Oh, I really liked her. I was bummed that she lost. I thought for sure, because I didn't know that the other girl had a WWE contract, I thought for sure Miranda was going to win because she's from like Booker T's promotion.
Oh, that girl.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I liked her in the bracketology, but then was like, I don't even remember you. I'm so distracted by this other girl.
The main event of this episode, which was... I think this is the weakest episode, but I think it had maybe the best main event, in my opinion, was the Sarah Logan, Mia Yim match.
That match was
match was fucking great.
It was great. And I thought
they were just sitting there, like, slapping each other in the middle of the ring.
Oh, I also made a note about this. I noticed a couple of times that Lita made really purposeful choices with her words, and this was one of them. She called them open palm strikes as opposed to calling them slaps, because slaps has a much more like feminine diva connotation, and so they were really careful not to say stuff about that.
Yeah, you know, a bunch of us thought that Lita and JR were going to do a really bad job, and would it have been better if like Mauro was calling it? Yeah, but I think Lita and JR, I think Lita did a particularly really good job, and I think JR did an okay job.
Yeah.
And he purposefully like made an attempt to pronounce everybody's name right, which is something that he has trouble with, and like I think credit where credit is due. They worked hard and they did a good job.
Yes, I think that there were definitely shortcomings with JR, but I was really impressed with Lita, and like
she clearly cared a lot about this.
And I think that the things that Lita's performance suffered from were her interactions with JR. Like those never felt as smooth as I felt like they like Dana Bryan and Mauro had great interactions because they both deeply loved what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And like JR does not share that same kind of love for all of these women, and Lita shares love for the idea of all of these women, but isn't connected to this independent scene in the same way that like Mauro and Daniel were in their enthusiasm as fans. Like Lita is still very much part of WWE and isn't like in it as much as more, and so
but it was clear that it was important to her.
Yes, it was very important to her, and I really liked her enthusiasm about that. And you're right, I think it's clear that she did a lot of work and like put a lot of work into it. Also, she had a fucking shout out to Rita Chatterton at the beginning when they introduced the female ref. She was like, "This is our first ref since the '80s," and WWE up until now has been like, "She's our first full-time ref," and has never
first full-time female ref,
right? And
where it's like I think they're trying to get around it because maybe the other one was not full-time or something,
right? And I feel like that's a big part of it is they were like, oh well, she was only on this many, so it only counts as this. Yeah, and Lita was like, first female ref since the 80s, and I was like, thank you Lita, you knew this woman, you knew that she existed, and I'm glad you're not erasing her. So I really enjoyed that, and I just wanted to like mention that I like that they're being cognizant that their words have meaning in a way that they clearly never used to. As you were saying when you were watching Hell in a Cell 2012.
That women's match on Hell in a Cell 2012 is great. The commentary is not great. The third episode was Aisha versus Toni Storm. I wanted to like Aisha, but damn, she was not good and had
her
like
her
makeup was weird, her gimmick was weird. She had like a bad attitude in the ring.
She did have a bad attitude in the ring.
That was not great, but like, I mean, Toni Storm is amazing.
She's so good. I've never seen her wrestle before, and I really enjoyed it. I know about her from Progress, but like, I've never seen her wrestle before, and I loved it.
Awesome.
She's great. I love that she's so like brash and like fucking out there. I love it. She reminds me a lot of our friend Emily. I feel like if Emily was a wrestler, she'd be kind of like that.
That's fair.
Like, I feel like Emily could go a bunch of different ways, but that's definitely something that she would be very good at.
The second match on this episode was Dakota Kai versus, I don't remember her first name, but Devi. She's the first Indian wrestler, female Indian wrestler.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I was really impressed impressed with her.
Yeah, this match was interesting because so Devi is like a power lifter, is big, tall, like Amazonian, like very tall, very strong, very broad.
Also 6 feet tall.
Yeah, and Dakota Kai is small. Like she is. But
she's a small little bean.
She's a small little bean.
She's so cute.
So it starts off with Devi like really like taking it to Dakota, and then Devi gets a little cocky, which is kind of what happened in the Aisha match too, where Tony like got one up on her because she was cocky. But Devi gets a little cocky, and then Dakota comes out of nowhere and kicks her in the face and wins. Which
like
works.
That's part of her thing too. Is that like her entrance package?
She's
she
like,
was
I'm fast.
She was like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but you're not going to see this kick coming. And once it hits you, you're fucking out. And I like that. That's exactly what they did. They were like, oh, you can hit this kick, do it, you're out. This is how you win. Like, super into it. And I would love to see more. I cannot remember her name. The woman who lost, the Indian woman.
Devi. I don't remember her first name.
I liked her, and I'm excited to see more from her. Much in the same way...
Kavita Devi.
Yes, Kavita. In the same way we're talking about the Mercedes match, like, I like that it was her, Lee's first match.
Yeah, I know. Like, we did not do as much work as JR, apparently.
No, clearly. I'm glad JR did at least enough to know... Xylee, yes. I like that they were like, it's her first match, and she actually did a good job of like holding her own for a second, got a couple of near falls, and then got her ass kicked by Mercedes. And I like with Kavita that it was sort of the same way, where it like her inexperience is what brought her down, where like
she was showboating.
Right, exactly. Like she was beating the shit out of Dakota, and then let her inexperience take her away with being cheered by the crowd, and why aren't you cheering me? Why do you boo me? And like I liked that. I also like her ring gear a lot. I like the sash, and like it's practical, but it also still like is very true to the character that they're trying to have her play. Like I like it.
It's like a wrestling sari.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't feel inappropriate or gross or like do you understand what this is actually? It feels good. I like it a lot.
The next match was Sage Beckett versus Bianca Belair. I can't tell if I like Sage Beckett.
I can't either. I really didn't want to. When I saw her entrance package, I was like, what is this bullshit? I don't even fucking know what this is. But like, she was good. Yeah. She wasn't great. She wasn't my favorite wrestler by any means, but I did enjoy her.
They're both signed though, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, because she was trained by the Dudleys, right?
Sure, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. But you can like see that in her style, where she's got that like bruiser thing.
I love Bianca Belair.
I didn't think I was gonna like her. Like her entrance,
she's fucking great at everything. She's the EST, man. She's the great's at everything.
That's the thing is, I saw that entrance package.
But she actually is the greatest.
That's at everything. The thing is, I was like, man,
they're doing that like strength test, the NXT Combine or whatever, and it's like where they do like everybody does like a medicine ball throw and a row and a box jump and lifts, and so
it's they're doing like the presidential tests from elementary school. Okay,
yeah. Okay. Basically, I don't know. I'm sure it has a lot more connotation to that, but I've just
kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's like a fancy presidential test. But Bianca Belair is just kicking everyone's ass, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm the EST for a goddamn reason. I like actually know how to do all this shit."
That's amazing. I'm so into that.
And also this badass hair whip.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I feel like you see this hair whip, and you're like, "What is going on?" You look so little and like
not small at all.
But that's the thing is, she looks very little in her.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does. Compared with like a lot of the other women in that tournament, she looks very little. And then you see her in ring, and
that's
like,
crazy.
Oh,
she's
yeah,
like very
especially
tall.
Against Sage Beckett.
She's like, maybe against Sage Beckett, who's like a bigger, but she's like very tall and really muscular.
Well, that's the thing.
Bianca Belair has like muscles, but she's not even flexing. You can see every muscle in her body.
Yeah, but that's the thing is when you see her in those like solo videos, in the same way that Dakota Kai, you can't really tell how big she is.
Except for Dakota Kai is little.
That's what I'm saying. They look like they're the same size, and then you see her in ring, especially against Sage Beckett, you're like, who is this little lady? I was like, you can't back this up. And then like seeing her wrestle, I was like, you are the baddest bitch I've ever seen in my life. It was so amazing.
Do you think that I'm little because we are the same height?
I mean, compared with a lot of wrestling people?
Not a lot of female wrestlers. How many female wrestlers do you know that are over like 5'8"?
Alright, that's a good point. How tall is Sasha? 5'4"?
I don't know, like
she's
12 inches tall.
She's like the same height as me, I think.
Terrible.
Whatever. She is little.
Don't underestimate Bianca Belair.
She is slim.
She is buff.
But she's very slim.
Candace is slim. Bianca is strong and buff.
Alright.
I just wholeheartedly disagree with you.
Alright. Whatever.
But we can agree that she's amazing.
Yeah, she is incredible. And I can't wait to see more of her.
I love that she got like lipstick all over her teeth.
Yes, I did too.
Like, I don't fucking care.
Usually that makes me so angry, and I was like,
did it?
Oh, God,
honestly,
yes!
It's shocking that it doesn't happen more in wrestling.
Well, I bet that they wear very waterproof lipstick that's more stain that sets, and then when they get off, they just take it off.
The main event in this match, or in this episode, was Piper Niven versus Santana Garrett. I could not give two shits about Santana Garrett.
Dude, I used to like her when I first saw her in Shine, like 2 years ago. Her character doesn't seem...
It's boring as hell.
Doesn't seem any different.
We already got a headband character. We don't need you here.
Yeah, like, what? You're very pretty. You're very pretty. But you have
like
very
a scary,
bright
like,
teeth.
Texas, like, pageant
She
way.
has, like... When Ross got his teeth dyed on Friends' teeth, also. They're so big and so white, and I'm like,
It was
I could
a really
read
good
by
match,
your teeth.
though. I mean, Piper Niven Viper is awesome.
Yes, so good. I love her so much.
I love her attitude. She doesn't give a fuck.
Right? I love that
also
she's
like a good wrestler.
She's like, I could be half my size and I could still beat your ass. Like, I love that. I love her attitude. She's so good.
This was... So each main event was really good. I think this was the weakest of all 4 main events, but it was still really good.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think all the 4 main events were obviously the best matches, and like that's why they were all the main events of the shows. But this was the weakest of the 4.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The 4th episode opened with Candace versus, I can't read my handwriting. Let me look at the bracket.
I don't even remember who she fought. I just love Candace so much. She was like the only person I was watching.
Candace.
Also watching Johnny Gargano just be like so in love with her.
Candace
so
versus
cute.
Renee Michelle. This match was, I love Candace too. Like I love Candace, but this match was like really basic and boring. I don't even remember it.
I remember really liking Candace. I don't
Because
really remember
we just
Renee.
already liked Candace. If you hadn't known Candace, though, would you have been like, oh, I loved her? No.
No, I think you would have been like, this woman is very good at what she does. This match is very boring. Yeah. She looked like a good technical wrestler, but like, I feel like part of the thing is that they are saving her. Like, if she's going further, if they're going later in the tournament, that's sort of like, we haven't gotten to this match yet, but Nicole Savoy never did a suplex, and like, it's because she's going later in the tournament and will be able to use these moves later. I think that's part of it, is they're like, you are gonna go this far, especially if Candace is gonna go all the way to the end, and they taped this over 2 days, like, that's part of it. You have to be prepared for the fact that like, you're gonna have to do another big ass match in like 4 hours.
But some of these matches they win like really hard.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The second match was Lacey, who is that pinup character, versus Tainara, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu lady.
I liked her, but I was sad
thought this match was good.
Yeah, I
was sad that she lost because I thought she was really good, but she also has a contract.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Brazilian girl does? Oh, I didn't know that.
She has a contract.
Oh.
But the thing with Lacey is, I think the gimmick is really dumb. And I'm a liberal who loves pinup shit. Like, the gimmick is really dumb. But I am consistently impressed with her moveset in the ring. This was a good match.
I agree. Honestly, I think the problem is her hair. I feel like if they would
Yeah, it needs to be, like, shorter. Or in, like, one of the, like, snoods.
Yes.
If they had it in, like, if they had the victory rolls in a snood.
That's all they need, honestly.
Just, like, pin the shit out of a snood. That would work so well.
I feel like that's
Google
a huge...
snood.
Yeah, seriously. That, or, like, give her, like, a collarbone-length bob. Like, it's so distracting. It's
insanely distracting.
It's so distracting. And it's weird because I feel like so many women have all of these extensions in that are the same length, and so you would think that natural hair of the same length would look fine, but it doesn't. It is so distracting. And like, I find her character weird because I'm so distracted by her hair. You're right, put it in a suit, it would look so much better.
But
it would be
her
more practical.
moveset is impressive.
Yeah, exactly.
And her wrestling is impressive.
Oh, I totally agree. And her story is really good. Like, I love the fact that she, like, it makes sense
and
that she's this
the idea
American
that she's
pinup.
really girly because she's like, I was in the military and I'm a badass, but I'm also girly. Like, I like that. I like the juxtaposition, but there's just like something a little off.
Right. The look just isn't right, and I feel like they're trying to respect who she is, but I think they need to, like, just turn up the cartoon a little bit. Like, this is who she wants to be as a human being out in the real world with long hair, but like, it just doesn't work in this ring in this way, and they need to work around it in some way.
The next match was Reina versus Nicole Savoy.
I love Nicole. Oh my god,
I'm fucking obsessed with Nicole Savoy.
She's so good.
Her like, I don't give a fuck attitude, but also her being like, she's very pretty, but also like doesn't really make that much of an effort, which makes her like even hotter.
Yeah.
And she's such a talented wrestler. Her attitude in the ring and her like character is great. Her promos are great. Her wrestling is great. She's great. I love her so much.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
I fucking love her.
Oh, she's the best.
I think she will go the least far out of the members of the trifecta, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I do love her.
Yeah, I think she'll probably get eliminated next round. I actually think that she and Shayna will both be eliminated next round. I haven't looked at the bracket yet, though. I don't know who everybody's facing next.
Nicole is facing Candice next, so
oh yeah, bye. Bye, Nicole. Sorry. That'll be a great match,
that'll be a really good match.
That's
I'm
gonna be
really excited.
See, that's
for
what I mean.
Match.
There's no reason for Candice to really pull out the stops with Renee if she knew she was gonna fight Nicole next. I can't fuck myself up.
Mia is facing Shayna next.
Oh, okay. Bye, Shayna.
But Mercedes is facing.
So wait, does that mean if Mia wins and
Mercedes
Candice wins,
is facing Princessa Suke?
Okay, so Mercedes will win, and then. Wait, so if Mia wins her match and Candice wins her match, that means they fight each other? Mm-hmm. So then Mia will get eliminated then, and Candice will go to the finals?
Nope, that's
the semifinals?
Semifinals.
Okay.
My guess is, so it's Abby Lake versus Rachel Evers. I think Abby will go.
Yeah, I agree.
It's Mercedes versus Princessa Suke. I think Mercedes will go. It's Nicole versus Candice. I think Candice will go. Mm-hmm. It's Mia versus Shayna. I think Mia will go.
Yeah.
And then it will be Mia versus Candice. So I think Candice will go. And then it will be Abby versus Mercedes. And I think Mercedes will go. Unless they want Mercedes to stay. That one is one that I can't call.
I can't really call that one because I think it depends on when and how they offer Mercedes a contract.
Lacey versus Toni Storm. I think that they're smart enough and they know that Toni Storm is a big enough bull that Toni could go.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say earlier, I was surprised Sarah Logan didn't win because they want to push her as
Mia is a big draw.
Well, yeah, I agree. So it's
and they are pushing her because they put her on NXT. They're pushing Sarah. They don't need the Mae Young to push Sarah anymore.
Right, that's true. That's a good point.
Serena Deeb versus Piper Niven. I am assuming Piper wins.
See, I was gonna say Serena because she's doing the redemption story.
Yeah,
and she has a contract and Piper doesn't.
Does she have a contract? Does she have a new contract?
I think so.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything of that. But why? Well, then why can't Piper wrestle as the Viper if she doesn't have a contract?
Because Randy Orton is the Viper.
Oh yeah, that's true. Duh. Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai. They both have contracts, so I'm assuming Dakota wins.
Yeah, I think so too.
Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane. Bye, Bianca.
Sorry, Bianca.
Kairi Sane versus Dakota Kai. Kairi wins.
That'll be a great match, too.
I guess we're saying Serena Deeb versus Toni. That one I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know.
But I think my guess is I still think it's going to be Candice and Kairi. It'll either be Candice or...
Do they come together as the finals?
I think it'll either be Candice or Kairi or Mercedes and Kairi.
Yeah, I can see that.
Anyways, the final match was Kairi versus Tessa.
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic match.
Oh, it was
I think it was technically the best one, but because we all knew Kairi was going to win, even though it was a fantastic match. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love Tessa Blanchard.
Ugh.
But there was something that was, really shocking about Abby winning.
Yes.
And there's something so primal about Logan versus Yim.
Yeah.
That those two are kind of tied for my favorite, but this one was technically an incredible match.
So good. And I've also never really saw Kairi Sane as Kairi Hojo as the Black Lotus Triad, but that's very different. This is her playing her character, and I love it. I was weeping during her entrance. I don't even know why. I was just so moved by how pure she seems, and she seems so happy to be there, and plays this very innocent character. She seems like a babyface who can legitimately do very well, and I'm excited about that because it's so hard to exist as a really good babyface in WWE, and feels like everybody turns heel or gets crushed.
Foreign too.
Yeah, exactly, and she's great. I just really enjoy her. I like too that in these tournaments they give people a chance to both speak in their native language and also be I can also speak English. I prefer to speak my own language, but I can speak English every once in a while. And I they did this with Kairi too, where she was
they did that with Tainara, the Brazilian.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I think
and
it's smart.
Kavita.
I think Jazzy also spoke in German at one point.
I think they just kind of
Yeah, I like that. I think it's really smart.
I think they did it with Marty Bell too.
Did they? Oh,
Like, she can speak very clear English, but I think she, like, had, like, a couple
because she was originally from the Dominican, Yeah, I like that a lot, and it's also smart because it indicates that WWE understands that they're a global company, that these people are going to be seen by their own nationalities. So we're like, I'm so proud of this.
And now in Africa.
Yes! Hey! Good!
Yeah, I'm very excited for the rest of the Mae Young Classic. It was finally good to see it.
Yes.
Let's just hit NXT really quick because it was the pre-show for TakeOver.
Yes.
No Way Jose was attacked by Lars. Which makes me laugh that there's somebody named Lars.
Yes, I agree.
Peyton Rice and Sarah Logan had a very good match.
Yes, it was very good.
Also,
I really enjoyed
Billy's green velvet gear and Peyton's eye makeup, like, drool on the floor. I'm dead. They both looked amazing.
I love
that. And they are pushing Sarah.
Yes,
like,
I agree. I'd forgotten about that. I watched this right before I watched Lucha, so that's how long ago I watched this.
There's a backstage segment where Bobby Roode threw a fit and Roddy was like, I still see you. I don't give a shit if you don't have the belt. So that will be a part of, I think, Bobby Roode's, like, farewell NXT tour.
All right, whatever.
Aleister Black has no time for interviews and looks really fucking hot in a suit.
Oh, yes, he does.
Woo. Maybe think
My
when, like,
goodness.
See, you know how CM Punk is, like, all tatted and he's the bad boy and he was like, I fucking hate wearing suits. It's dumb that we gotta wear suits. And Aleister Black's like, I'm a badass and I'm tatted and I am wearing the most expensive suit.
Ugh.
Look how fucking good I look, motherfucker.
I look so good. I don't have time to talk, motherfucker. I just stroll on out. It's like, ooh, girl, yes.
The main event was Mustache Mountain versus Pete Dunne and Wolfgang. I really like this match, obviously. Like, they had a moment of, you know, like, kind of rehashing the Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate stuff. But I also really like that Wolfgang got to be the one that pinned Tyler Bate, and he's the one that got to get the win. Because, like, people are over on Tyler, and people are over on Dunn, and people are over on Trent Seven.
Yeah.
But, like, Wolfgang has been the one that people like. But, like, so I think it was really important for him. And also, like, it didn't make Tyler look bad because Tyler didn't see the tag, so he was really focused on Pete Dunne.
Right.
So when Wolfgang came in and, like, took him by surprise, it like, the loss didn't make Tyler look bad.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's just fun to watch all four of those guys wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, all of them are good. So, I was super into it. This came before NXT TakeOver, right?
Yeah, this is, like,
so
the
this
pre-show.
was, like, their opener. They got to see this fucking banger match. Like, no wonder everyone was in such a great mood. Like, yeah, let's fucking do it!
And they got to see that really good match with Peyton and Sarah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, that's great, too, that they trust that as, like, the opener for something like this four-man tag. Like, that's great. That means, like, NXT always shows faith in their women, but it's good that they continue to always show faith in their women.
The Iconic Duo has opened for, like, a lot of takeovers, so I'm, like, just hoping for the day that they are, like, the main event of these takeovers.
Yes, I agree. Also, motherfucker, give us their shirt.
I know, it's so stupid.
I don't understand. I will buy that shirt.
I know, it's really dumb.
Ugh.
Let's talk about Lucha. The first match was Sexy Star, which is, like, she came out and I was like, you couldn't have been like, can you stop talking for 1 second?
No, because fuck Sexy Star, that's why.
I know.
I waited until I was like something I don't give a fuck about. Sexy Star, don't give a fuck.
Sexy Star versus Veneno, and it was supposed to be a mask match, but like 5 seconds into this match starting,
I was like, what the fuck?
Joey Ryan just comes out and rips Veneno's mask out. I was like, I told you, fucking told you. And Sexy Star's like, what the fuck is happening? And Joey Ryan's like, I told you. It was like a weird way to start the episode, but it was like nice that they like got it out of the way. Mm-hmm. There was a backstage segment in Dario's office where Dario was, you know, preparing for things, and Johnny and his agent came in. And they had a hilarious back and forth and like very like well timed like twinsies glasses take off moment.
Yes.
Basically, Johnny was like, if I lose this due to any shenanigans at all, I'm taking your belt to other companies. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? And Dario was like, okay, I got it.
It's also funny to hear this now.
Yeah, post.
So much longer later, like, maybe you should have learned a lesson from yourselves. Like, this could happen if you did shit.
Yeah, right? Like, don't fuck with Johnny Mundo.
Right?
The first real match was Prince Puma versus Pentagon for the final match of the Cueto Cup. This match was great. Mm-hmm. I mean, these guys can't deliver a bad match, I feel.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I also like Puma's attitude. Like, he didn't give a fuck. Like, he won the match and, like, just looked at the cup like, this is a means to a fucking end. I don't even care about this.
Yeah, I love that he walked out with it, like, hanging by his side. Like, I don't give a shit
about this. Yeah, in that
this.
moment, like, right before he, like, did his splash, where he, like, looked at Vampiro, who's, like, his master or whatever, and he was like, no, do it. And there was, like, a nice symmetry of, like, Imperium once being Penta's master.
Yeah. I loved it. That's so good.
It was really good. And then the main event was Johnny versus Ray.
Right, we got to the end of Penta and Puma, and I was like, oh, fuck, that's right, there's another match.
Like, an intense match,
too. A super other match.
So, it's going normal for a little bit, back and forth, they're beating each other up, they're both good wrestlers, we get it. There's a moment where, I don't know who does it, but one of them knocks the ref out, and it wasn't like a shenanigan knockoff, it was just like ref in the wrong place, wrong time. It looks like one of them is going to get the upper hand on them, but then Johnny, low blows Ray, so Ray's on the ground. Then Ray's son comes out and is like, you can't low blow my dad. And then Johnny goes to take the belt and hit Ray in the head, and then Ray's son gets involved and punches Johnny in the face, and then they pull the ref in, and it looks like Ray does the 619. It looks like Ray's gonna win, but nope. Dario, who has never interfered with a match,
never, yeah,
and pulls out the ref, and then gets in Ray's face and is like, "Oh, you think you're bad? I'm the god here. I'm the one that owns this. I'm the boss. You think you're tougher than me? You think you're tougher than me?" He punches Rey Mysterio in the face, and then Dario gets a big fat old 619.
Yep. Which he took very well for someone who is not a wrestler.
Yeah, who is a
actor.
Spanish soap opera star.
Right, yeah. Every time I just laughed. I was just laughing in delight when he took the 619. Because I was like, I love that you are an actor who was just fuck it. I'm in 1,000% on this.
Dario's in 1,000% all the time.
I love it. I think it's great. I just absolutely adore it.
And because of all the distraction with Dario, Johnny got the upper hand on his moves is the
Around the World? It's something world.
Yeah, I knew the name of it, but then you said something and now I can't tell if that's their I think it might be the Around the World. End of the World.
End of the World, yeah, that's right.
End of the World. He got the End of the World on Ray, and Johnny is still the champ, which I did not see.
I was very surprised.
So the main event of Ultima Lucha Tres is Johnny Mundo versus Prince Puma. Unless there's some kind of rematch bullshit because there were shenanigans.
It's weird too to again, a year later, know a bunch of stuff. And so I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen at Ultima Lucha. But at the same time, it's weird to be Ricochet, you have so many problems with this company, but yet.
Yeah, you're doing fine right now.
Yeah, all this stuff seems pretty good. So I'm a little confused about what happened here. And it's very strange. So I'm interested to see Ultima Lucha and be why won't they release you? What happened here that they're no, you can't go.
Also, I'm watching Impact again.
Stella.
Taryn Terrell is indeed back. She's gonna fight with Gail.
Did she explain that she's not a Christian anymore, or is she still all about the Jesus?
She's just mad that Gail doesn't text her back.
She's not wearing crosses on her corset like Shawn Michaels style. Okay.
No. I have a very controversial statement to say. Again, I've only said it. I've only been watching twice. Jim Cornette is doing a really good job. I don't even know. I mumble it so much. I don't even know. Jim Cornette is doing a good job. It's fine. There's a gauntlet for the gold that was really good.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
And Eli Drake won.
Yes, I'm so excited about this.
And they also set up some fun stuff in the match. I would not be surprised if there's a Johnny Impact EC3.
That's what they're calling him, is Johnny Impact?
EC3 match down the line. God
damn it.
That would be fire, and they had a lot of back and forth. There's a Taya Valkyrie promo. Her promo was
Watch
dope.
This fucking company again.
Grado didn't have to leave the country because Laurel Van Ness is going to marry him, and she's no longer a hot mess anymore because he fixed her, I guess, because his love is so pure. Whatever, that storyline is trash, but I love Grado.
Soap opera.
So dumb.
Well, good. I'm glad. Eli Drake getting his. He was I'll leave your company if you don't pay me. And they were we'll pay you and give you the championship.
Tyrus is currently pulling a, quote, Kaepernick, which I was wow, Mr. Fox News, you really, really misunderstood this. I fucking hate that guy. Tyrus is the Dolph Ziggler of Impact.
If he was the Dolph Ziggler, he wouldn't be around. That would be fine, I guess.
Well, he's not around. He's not showing up.
Good. Fuck him.
I guess we should talk about actual WWE main event bullshit now.
Right.
Well, let's take a break, because I have to go potty and get more wine.
Okay.
Eli Drake. That is just a fact of life.
Okay, break over. We just talked about the X-Men for a long time.
Yes, we did.
Aaron is getting into the X-Men, and I'm very excited about it.
Yes, it's very good.
Yeah, it's the X-Men.
Also, I had people tell me when I was in college, before they told me I was Squirrel Girl, they were like, "You're the White Queen, you're Emma Frost," and now I'm like, I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a compliment.
I feel like that's
it depends
like
on
a...
who is saying it and from what context they're saying it.
Yeah, I feel like that's very like, I'm gonna take it as a compliment, but also you may not have meant that in a great way.
Oh my god, I want fan cast. Fan cast us as X-Men.
Yes, tell us who you think we are. I'm so interested in that. I'm just now really getting
Don't
into
fuck
the
it up though,
universe.
because I will take it very personally.
I don't know anything.
Aaron will not. I will.
Yeah, you can tell me if I have to take it really personally. I'm totally into that.
I will be really upset if you fuck it up.
Off air, you can tell me who you think you are. I'm interested in that.
Oh, that's complicated. I have to think about it. I've never cast myself.
Oh, really? Okay.
Cast me as an X-Men.
All right, yeah. Cast us as X-Men. Okay, let's talk about wrestling.
Okay, Raw. Intercontinental Over the Rope Battle Royale.
Okay, whatever. That's fine. I was surprised
I
that
like
Jeff
that they're
Hardy
doing
won,
stuff with fucking, like, the Intercontinental belt. Like, Miz has a
Yes.
really good point.
they haven't done goddamn shit with it. Like,
Also, like, anytime Bay is on screen.
yeah, and he's great.
Remember when I used to have to defend Miz?
I do. I remember
And now
2
everyone's
years
like,
ago when we started
Miz-
this podcast, and everyone
Miz
was like,
carries
fuck
Raw.
the
And
Miz.
I'm like, yeah, fuck you guys.
They used
I
to
was
be
always
you
right.
guys. We used to, if you go back to the dark days of the terrible audio, we used to interview people all the time, and our last question was always, "How do you feel about the Miz?" It's been a central
And
part
most
to
people
our.
hated him.
Most people hated him. It was really. I was surprised because I've always loved the Miz, partially because I knew him from the real world and was like, "You lived your dreams. I'm so
I
happy."
just, like, got it.
Yeah, I
So-
just get it, I guess. But I loved that this is like a huge thing that has like. I love
He
that,
deserves it.
I love that in the last 2 years since we started this podcast, so much has changed. It's crazy.
That's wrestling.
It's wrestling, man. Shit changes like the
From
speed
5 years
of
ago,
light.
things changes.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
watching that Hell in a Cell 2012, which is not good. Don't watch it. So far, the best match I watched was the Divas match, but also a Sheamus Big Show match. So, like, I don't know what's
Take
happening.
that as you will.
I have not watched the main event yet. The main event
What is the main event?
CM Punk versus Ryback in a Hell in a Cell.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I just like white person blinked at you.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Isn't that the one where Ryback breaks his ribs?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know.
I think it might be.
Chili from TLC is in the audience.
Excellent. Living
So-
her best life.
That's something to look forward to.
Fantastic.
If you watch Hell in a Cell 2012.
Don't.
Watch the women's match. It's really good.
Okay, yeah, watch that. But don't watch your world.
I was
anyway.
shocked that Jeff Hardy won. I definitely thought it was going to be
Devin called
Jason
it.
Jordan.
Yeah, I did too.
Devin called it?
Devin totally called it. And you know what?
Devin.
He made a super good point. Global Force Wrestling is no longer suing Matt Hardy for the broken rights. And so it feels like this is the perfect reason to separate them. Have Jeff do a short title run. He wins, he doesn't win. It doesn't honestly matter. This can be what breaks Matt. Like, they haven't officially filed a trademark, but let me tell you, I got my eye out. I'm totally
You
fucking
love
ready for that.
trademarks.
Because it tells you what they're doing. It tells you what their
Why
business
can't you
plans
just
are.
be excited in the moment?
Have we met? Like, this is my thing. I am so into the business end of this. And so when he pointed that out, I was like, oh, it makes total sense that this is the direction that they're like, let this go in this direction. And if not, like, they love Jeff. Let Jeff do a thing. And then if Jeff...
Let Jeff do a thing.
Let Jeff do a thing. And then if Jeff and Jason Jordan can do a thing, that's also great. Like... And I also like that they're not
Let people do things.
Just let them just things. It's great, man. I also like the idea that they're not like, just because you're Kurt Angle's son, you get all this shit. Because people will be like, fuck you, you're just his son, and that's the only reason why. So I like that he lasted until the end and did a very good job, but did not ultimately win. I think that was the right decision on their part.
Again, I'm not in the part of Progress and like where I like get why Noam Dar in WWE is so much worse than Noam Dar in Progress.
Love him.
But I gotta say, Noam Dar losing to Enzo Amore, that made me mad.
Yep. I a part of me was like, there's no way. Of course not. And then like, why? Why are you like this?
I just, I don't know. 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 I don't Then Enzo Amore was in the main event of 205 Live. It was Cedric, Grand Metalik, and Enzo Amore versus Noam Dar, Drew Gulak, and Tony Nese. And Enzo Amore pinned Tony Nese. I'm genuinely laughing. Like, that is a belly laugh from the bottom of my soul. That is hilarious.
Our division isn't doing well. I wonder what we could do.
A terrible job. He did not do a good job. You know, the moment that...
did a mediocre job. I agree with that.
The moment that you were like... That I was like, oh, he is not a good wrestler. The first person he wrestles in that six-man is Drew Gulak. One of, like, the best technical wrestlers.
I know.
Which Drew Gulak made him look like an asshole, to be fair, which is, like, perfect. And Drew Gulak had some great moments. You can bet your Bojangles he did.
Oh, my God. When Enzo Amore was like, you're up there looking like Captain Underpants, Drew Gulak's face was so good.
Drew Gulak forever.
Just like, oh, how dare you call me such a thing? I was just like, I love you so much. This is so good.
The main event of 205 Live was not a bad match.
No, it wasn't.
And, like, Enzo did do good, like... If I didn't
already... He fits better in this division.
Agreed. And if I didn't already hate Enzo because he's, like, a garbage trash monster, I feel... And I came in and I was, like, watching this, I don't think I would have hated Enzo.
Seeing other people react to him, too, who are casual fans who don't know the inside baseball about him, I'm like, okay, I get why you're into this.
The backstage segment where he was like, okay, I'm going to be the coach, and Cedric and Grand Metalik were like, we've been here since the beginning. We know what we were doing. He was like, yeah, but, like, we got to work together. Look at my, like, it worked. I hate him. It worked.
It did work. Yeah, I totally agree with that. And, it's interesting. I follow this guy on Twitter, Crudge, Tim Thost, who's, like, a healthcare advocate, who is also super into wrestling, and, like...
Everyone's into wrestling.
Yeah, it was one of those people that I, like, randomly found who I was like, oh, you're into wrestling? And he started following me. Now he, like, asked me, like, is Nakamura on? Did he premiere on this? And I'm like, yes, let's talk all the time. You're the best. And today he was talking... There's that meme that's going around of, like, distracted boyfriend, upset girlfriend, girl in the red dress, that, like, all the things on them. And he, instead of posting the photo, wrote it out. Distracted boyfriend, upset girlfriend, girl in the red dress, and was like, distracted boyfriend, me, upset girlfriend, catching up on wrestling, girl in the red dress, Enzo Amore's promos on 205 Live. And I was like, I have the perfect joke for this. I was like, we never interact about healthcare, but bitch, I'm gonna tweet about you at wrestling. Let me tell you what. And it's like... distracted boyfriend, Enzo Amore, upset girlfriend, super promising wrestling career, girl in the red dress, literally can't shut the fuck up about celebrities. I was like, yes! This is the one time this is, like, appropriate. I'm so excited about it. Because that's how it feels to me. Like, I absolutely feel that. And watching other people react in his mentions, like, I love how Enzo is doing on 205 Live. I love the way that this is working. Like,
he's, like,
totally
not a good wrestler.
Get it. Yeah, I totally get it. And it feels like a very stark difference between the guys who are in 205 Live.
The whole thing about that show is that you're a good wrestler.
They're
That's
all
the whole
so good.
point of the show.
But at the same time, they want them to be
more
part
eyes,
of the bigger division.
And they want more eyes on the show. Yeah.
Exactly.
Enzo brings eyes. He's a high merch seller, whatever. He is doing an okay job.
I don't
giving credit where credit is due.
Ever want to see him beat Neville.
I like that he won, and Neville's reaction was just to laugh and laugh.
I know, right? Like, beat this clown. Fuck that.
Laugh and laugh. 205 Live was really good this week. Rich Swann had a match with Daivari with TJP and commentary, and then Daivari tried to take TJP's crutch and hit Rich with it, so TJP took the crutch and was like, no, you can't beat my boy, so Rich won, and then Daivari started getting in TJP's face, and then TJP beat him up, and Rich was like, oh, so you can't wrestle me in a rubber match because your knees hurt? Cool.
Here's your crutch, bro. Bye. I love that he got in the ring, gave it to him, and got out the other side and was like, peace. I love that.
And, like, TJP's, like, dejected, like, oh, shit, I fucked up face.
Yeah, right?
Like, that was good. This, like, shitty little boy
best
Christmas.
Work, yep. Some of the best work he's
figuring
done.
it out. And then the opening match was a no DQ match with Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher, where Brian Kendrick beat the holy fuck out of Jack Gallagher, bloodied him. They had to, like, pause the match.
Yep.
Ended the match with a captain's hook with a kendo stick, did a DDT on the ring bell, like...
Fucked up mess. I don't know if Brian Kendrick was supposed to win this match, to be honest.
I think he was supposed to win it. I don't think Gallagher was supposed to bleed.
Well, I don't think Gallagher was supposed to bleed. It also felt like they ended the match before it was supposed to actually...
It was a long-ass match.
I mean, it was a long-ass match, but very shortly after, it was like, you have a huge cut on your scalp. It was like...
But Gallagher came out... I think this works because Gallagher has been getting the
Yes.
the edge on Kendrick, and for... this is a good feud, and they're doing a good job in it. So,
Kendrick
like, if
is
Kendrick
so
wins,
good.
Yeah, I can't believe, like, a couple months ago, if he would have been like, you're totally over on Brian Kendrick, I would have been like, you're a fucking moron, but, like...
He's so good at getting people over. He's the Chris Jericho of the Cruiserweight division. Like, he believes in people, and he gets them over. Like, honestly, put him with everybody. He does a great job and gives a great service to every single person he's paired with. And, like, it makes me excited to see him and the people he's paired with. It's excellent.
He's also been doing some squats because his butt doesn't look good, but doesn't look as tragic.
That's excellent. I haven't noticed. Maybe that's why he has so many pairs of pants.
Squats. Maybe he's just wearing some nicer pants.
Yeah, maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Paul Heyman and Brock did the thing, and then Brock was like, Suplex City, bitch.
I don't even give a fuck.
Did you know? I learned this on Twitter today.
Jesus Christ.
I learned this on Twitter today because I was like, what is your favorite terrible wrestler tattoo? My personal favorite is Big Show's Weird Tiger.
My personal favorite is Braun Strowman's inappropriately small Superman logo.
But a couple people, including Kieran Shiak, who is he co-hosts the podcast Monster Society of Comics with Elle, and he is the producer of the Good Eggs podcast network. Okay, he's a comic books writer. He's awesome. But he was like, Brock's neck tattoo thing is terrible, but the story behind it is great. The sword, the sternum thing? The sword.
Okay, not neck,
a bunch of people,
sternum.
Sternum thing, and a bunch of people.
Like, neck? What?
No, because it's pointed at his neck. But a bunch of people were like, "Oh, that's the worst tattoo," and he was like, "It is," but the story behind it is hilarious because Brock got that tattoo because he felt like the WWE and the UFC were like holding a knife to his neck because they wouldn't let him be his full personality, or were controlling the way he talked or whatever. So he got a literal giant tattoo of a knife pointing to his neck because Brock Lesnar is the dumbest person on the planet. And that makes me like that tattoo because it is hilarious.
I did not know that.
You were so mad and petty that you got a giant tattoo that looks like a dick on your chest that was just like, I'm mad at you, so I got a tattoo.
I did not know that. That's so
hilarious.
Funny.
Anyways, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar are dumb. Who cares?
There you go. No sexy star that time.
That's how much you care about Brock Lesnar.
Yep. At least I waited till his name was done.
That's fair. Seth Rollins fought Cesaro.
This was good.
Cesaro won.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then Sheamus was like, I'm going to fight you, Ambrose. I'm going to win. He did not win.
He did not win. LOL, surprise! I had this recommended to me by Carolyn of the Heels and Heels podcast.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Carolyn. You're the best. There is a podcast that Renee does called Regular Girls with another woman.
I've never been interested in it.
Neither have I. I listened to it for the first time this week.
Because of the Dean Ambrose,
interacting
with his neighborhoods?
Yes! The first three... Okay, so this, by the time this comes out, there'll be another one, but episode 37, the first 3 minutes. It's available on Spotify. I definitely recommend that you listen to it, Regular Girls. Dean Ambrose comes in at the beginning and is talking to Renee and her podcast partner, who we're talking on Skype, about how he introduces himself to their neighbors, and it is literally the most adorable thing I've ever heard.
Dean Ambrose is like, I can be a real person.
Yeah, he literally greets them with, ahoy! I sent it to Michael and I was like, I need you to listen to this. I was like, listen to these first 3 minutes and then tell me, is this not the two of us, except I'm Dean and you're Renee? And he was like, I don't want to talk about it. But I loved it. I loved too that he was like, I was in a towel. Ahoy, neighbor. Come and talk to me and my wife if you need anything. I was like, this is so adorable. I love seeing them as people. So, I love that as an additional supplement to their character. Episode 37, Regular Girls, first 3 minutes. Check it out. It was real good. Anyway.
Also, other wrestlers are good people sometimes. Seth Rollins' CrossFit Gym, if you buy some of their merch, they're donating a bunch of stuff to the hurricane relief.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
also in no world do Cesaro and Sheamus eat Burger King.
No, absolutely not. Never.
Especially Cesaro.
No,
Is
never.
Is it not
ever.
Coffee flavored? He's not eating it.
No, never doing that.
Did you see all my sex puns with Cesaro?
No. What?
I was watching Raw, and I said if I ever wrote fanfic /fic with Cesaro, it would just be sex puns with coffee names. And I came up with a lot.
No, I didn't say that.
My favorite one was, I won't be breve, which means brief in Italian, but it's also, or short in Italian, but it's also a coffee drink. The one that got the most likes was the worst one, which was, how about more like cappuccino, yes.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Oh, sorry I missed these.
You can find it, I'm sure. I don't know. I've been tweeting a lot about Hell in a Cell 2012.
You did very nicely put it in a thread, which is the best way to do that, to be honest. I was looking through today and was like, thank God you put these all in a thread.
Yeah, I'm not an idiot. I know how Twitter works.
Thank God.
Thank God. Backstage segment with Mickey and Emma, where Emma was like, I am the best, and I started this
I will
hashtag.
use the hashtags I want.
And Mickey was like, okay, let's have a match, and then if you win, I'll use any hashtag you want. And then Emma was like, fine, I'm gonna win. Here's my trash new theme.
Yes. Oh, what's with all these new themes? I don't understand.
Emma's theme is fine. You know what the worst part of the new theme is? Emma still tries to do a little dance that fit with the music of the old thing. And the little dance doesn't work.
Aww.
Also, Taryn Terrell got a new theme. Not a good theme.
Doesn't say she's a hot mess anymore?
No, so Taryn Terrell had She's a Hot Mess, and then she had the Dollhouse theme.
Oh, okay.
So I thought they would go back to She's a Hot Mess, and nope, it's just some generic bullshit.
Gross.
New themes are terrible. What are other new themes?
Aiden English has a theme now, and it is dope.
Was that his theme before?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this is new. I looked it up and couldn't find it anywhere else except on this episode.
But I like that it only plays when he wins.
Yes.
He still does the Shakespeare
song. He hasn't won Imagine so fucking long. I didn't know he had a theme. It reminds me of that song that
Mozart of Melody, which is just Mozart.
Yeah, right. It's just Mozart of Mayhem is a better thing that you said before. Do you remember there was that song that I recommended that was that opera rock song that we used?
That I used for the bug dance.
Yes. I can't remember what the name of that song was.
Oh, I could find it.
I love it. I love that song. And it reminds me of Aiden English's song, that like opera rock.
I do like that.
But other than that, the new theme's trash garbage.
Emma's new theme is so bad.
Oh, it's
bad.
I
am glad that Emma won.
Me too. Thank God.
And then on her way it goes, I started the women's revolution. I started the women's revolution. I started the women's revolution. It was like a weird Meisner. I started the women's revolution. I started the women's revolution.
Yes!
I started the women's revolution.
Yes!
There was a contract signing with Cena and Roman where they did a shoot promo.
It was very good. I really enjoyed it.
I think that it was not very good. I think that
really
it was
enjoyed it.
Passably good, and people are so used to them not being good in these contexts, specifically Roman, that a passable job everyone did a backflip for.
I think that Roman did a passable job, and because of Cena, he was elevated to a good job. I feel like Cena is so natural that even though he was working off of a script, made it feel so good.
I would use to describe Cena.
Not normally, not in the like, I'm the preacher, I'm gonna stand out here for 20 minutes, America, I love everyone, short sentences, hard statements, I'm the best. But this felt natural. This promo felt like, I'm here to get you over. I really enjoyed
that
it.
It was not as good as everybody's thinking.
Here's the other thing. I also watched it with Devin and Alec. Alec is a casual watcher, and I asked him a bunch of times. I was like, who are your favorites? How do you feel? And he was like, I've always liked Roman Reigns. I've been kind of down on him lately because I feel like he's not great because I've been watching for like a year and a half. But he's still casual. All he really watches are pay-per-views. Every once in a while he watches Raw. He doesn't really watch SmackDown. And with Devin, who watches every week with me. And the three of us all together had this great energy where it was like, I was like, I'm so glad that Roman is elevating. I'm glad that this is what they want. They want Cena to elevate Roman. They want Cena to pull out of Roman what they know he can really do. Especially, as we've said before, he's a locker room leader now. He serves a different purpose in the company. Like, people turn to him in a different way, and so they're like, now's the time. You're a good wrestler.
He the big dog.
You're a good wrestler. You're the head of the locker room now. We really need you to step it up with these promos. We're going to fucking put you with Cena, and you're going to do it. That's what you have to do. And I feel like there was this great moment where Roman floundered for real in a way that he normally does. And Cena was like, bitch, get it together.
I'm a giant. I hate to beans.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like a lot of that dialogue was very scripted. That moment in particular where he was like, it's called a promo. Fucking get to it. I think that he warned Roman, this is going to happen. If you fuck up, I'm going to take you to task and you're going to have to fucking do it. So I think Roman was prepared for that in a way.
It was good.
But I just like,
don't think it was like backflip. Oh my God.
See, and as someone who normally dislikes Roman, it felt like the most
I don't
genuine
even
Roman's
dislike
been
him
in.
anymore.
See, that's the
I'm
thing
always
is,
fine with him.
I feel like
I don't even care anymore.
I'm the demographic they're trying to reach. People who are actively disengaged from him, who are...
Just start dreaming about him, then you'll be fine.
See, but that's the thing. You're like, you're already kind of in on him on a level that I'm not. Where I've never really connected.
Sexual level.
Exactly, and I've never connected on that. And it's so, like, this for me was that, like, smart break the fourth wall thing that I was super into. Michael texted me, because I was not with him at the time, and he was watching it, and was like, oh, this is whatever. They're doing a great job. Sort of in the same way that you were, where it's like, this is good, but whatever,
Well,
I don't
Michael,
care.
like, wants to just, like, rub his body all over Roman.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he's already over on Roman, so for people who are not over on Roman, I feel like this was the right thing to see him kind of be humiliated, quote, big bunny ears quotes on this, humiliated on, like, a live television broadcast. And I feel like Cena was the right person to do that. And so in that sense, I feel like this was very appropriate, and I really enjoyed it in a way that I don't usually enjoy Roman or Cena as an individual talker. So I really liked it. I get where you're coming from now.
How did you feel about the club coming out?
I feel bad for the club, but I love them so much. And
Whatever,
why did
they
Roman
make
and Cena team together after this? What? This didn't make any sense.
Because Kurt Angle's like, I don't know how to do
Right.
this.
Kurt Angle was like, I'm so distracted by the fact that my fake black son did not win the #1 contender. Do whatever you want, I guess.
Pelvis Wesley interrupted Elias, and the Tennessee crowd did not care. They were like, we know what'll get them. Elvis Presley joke. We got it. People love Southpaw. Tennessee does not.
No, they
They're
don't.
like, you're literally making fun of old school wrestling that we love.
You picked the wrong state to do this in.
But good for Heath, I guess.
You know where that would have worked? New York.
Yeah. Yeah. Really missed the boat on that one. The main event was Alexa versus Sasha. I think this match was really good. I fucking love Alexa and Sasha together. I think their chemistry is together is so good. I think Sasha's doing a lot better, like, hiding her poker face.
Yes,
like,
I
I
agree.
did not think that she was gonna lose.
Neither did I was very surprised.
I'm very curious to see where they're gonna go with Sasha right now, but the setup for Alexa versus Nia and finally, like, a real Nia push is great.
Yeah, I really like it a lot.
But I love Sasha and Alexa together.
Honestly, put Sasha with some other people. Put her with Emma. Like,
Yeah.
I would love to see the two of them wrestle. Have we ever seen Sasha and Emma wrestle? I don't think so. And like,
I can't think of any.
and I'm interested in that. They're both good wrestlers, and I feel like Sasha has had enough push on Raw.
Yeah,
and in
honestly,
this,
if like Emma starts winning a little bit of winning over like Dana and Mickey and Alicia and like, you know, that tier of the women's division on Raw, and then like Nia and Alexa are in a feud, it would be appropriate to have like a second card where it was like Emma being like, oh, you think you can't even defend your title, and Sasha's like, I'm gonna put you in your place.
Right, exactly. It feels like that's the next thing to come, is like the secondary women's feud while this Nia Alexa thing is happening, and I'm totally into that. And this could also be a time where they introduce fucking Asuka. Like, I would love to
recover too.
Well, yeah, but like I eventually really want to see, as we were saying, we want to see Asuka and Raw.
But
I want
think
to see
Asuka
that with
needs
her.
to come in and immediately be in the title picture.
Yeah, that's true. That's
I think
the point.
if you don't immediately put her in a title picture, that's
true.
really fucked up, and it's gonna fuck any momentum she has.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
But I'm curious if they're gonna like keep doing this, like Sasha can't defend her title thing until they turn her heel.
Yeah. I was very surprised. It felt very Booker T Triple H, where they're like, Booker can't beat Triple H. Cats. And then Booker lost. And it felt sort of like that, where it was like, Sasha can't ever defend her title. Bitch don't even know what she's doing. And then she lost. It was like, oh.
In like a really good match, but it was like a clean finish.
Yeah, it was very surprising. And I like, too, that they want to push Alexa. And they've pushed Sasha. She's been a 4-time champion. You're right. They have highlighted that she's not won as a babyface as a effort, really. Yeah. Like, she doesn't defend her title. She just doesn't seem able to. And so a heel turn feels like the way to do it, where she wins a title and then has to turn heel in order to defend her title. It feels very appropriate. Yeah. But, like, I love that they've established Alexa as this powerhouse. Like, she's the first ever Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship. Like, she never won the NXT title, but she doesn't have to. She's so good at this point that she's like, bitch, I will defeat you no matter what. And she's the face of No Mercy. Literally, the only face. One of 17 faces are her faces. Like, I love that. I think that shows how much confidence they have.
Nia will be a good
Yes.
a good feud.
And they like each other and like working in ring together, which is like she and Sasha don't like each other and still work great. So I'm interested to see how she works main roster level with someone that she gets along very well with.
Absolutely. Smackdown, Jinder Mahal came out, and then the Singh brothers were like, "Let us lick your feet," and then Nakamura was like, "No,
no,
that is weird." And then Rusev and Randy were like, "I don't know, we're here too."
We're the other feud.
God bless the Singh brothers, though. They did a really good job.
I know. They were great.
It was weird, but they did a great job.
They were great little scummy heels. I know.
Guys, I love the Singh brothers. I fucking love them.
They're like...
I am really lukewarm on Jinder Mahal. Like, I understand why he's the champion, and I think in many ways it made sense, and blah, blah, blah. But,
blah, blah, blah.
The Singh brothers.
They remind me of J&J Security.
But, like, better.
But way better.
Way better.
J&J Security were great for the kind of heel that Seth Rollins was playing.
Yeah, totally.
But the Singh brothers complement Jinder Mahal in a way that, like, J&J did not have to. And I feel like the Singh brothers are so good. And they fit in this very particular role because they're, like...
And they're, like, good wrestlers.
And they were, like, we got hired as these very different people and are now playing these stooges who really have to fit into these characters and have just adapted so fucking well to it and are very good at it. I love them.
The Ascension versus Gable and Shelton.
I wish Gable could be a singles wrestler.
Gable, we stole your black friend. Here's a new black friend.
Here's a new black friend who's
how is that not how it feels? That's exactly how it feels.
It is exactly
how it feels. I like
Shelton
Benjamin, and Shelton Benjamin is a good wrestler, and they wanted to bring him back for a while, so like it makes sense. This is like a good spot. But Shelton is a good singles wrestler, and Gable is a good singles wrestler. And also, I love the Ascension.
Apparently, they have big things planned for Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, but like, why?
Well, they had big things planned for American Alphas, and they gave them the belts, and not fucking shit happened.
Yeah,
so.
I know. It's Gable who's the reason for that, though. Like, I like Jason Jordan a lot. He floundered as a singles wrestler in NXT for a reason. And I feel like he's kind of experiencing that in Raw right now. While I still stick by the fact I think it's...
Even though they handed him, like...
Well, I still stick by the fact that I think it's good that they're not, like, here's everything on a silver platter.
Agreed.
At the same time, I feel like Jason Jordan is not as strong of a singles competitor as Gable is.
I just don't... I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. I want Gable to do well. That's really all I care about.
I want the Ascension to do well.
I know. I also want the Ascension to do well. I like, too, that they get a match, though. It's nice that they're like, yeah, we're around. We're funny, and we do this thing, but we wrestle, too. And this was a fun match. And it was like a
they're good wrestlers.
They are good wrestlers, and this was a
especially
great...
Connor.
Yeah.
Wait, Connor's the big one?
He's the one that looks like he could be Colt Cabana's cousin.
The big one.
The blonde one.
Yeah.
Not the one with the long hair.
Yeah, the big one.
Yes.
Connor's a great wrestler.
Yes. And like
the other one's good too.
And it was a good showcase for Shelton Benjamin as a return as well, which I also really enjoyed.
Renee interviewed Baron Corbin, was like, so you lost that briefcase 2 weeks ago. And Baron Corbin was like, literally stop talking to me.
Poor Renee. Also, Renee's hair looks great. I love it.
Way better. AJ has an U.S. Open challenge. Ty Dillinger came out. Hey, Ty.
I'm so happy. You're still
Baron
alive.
Baron Corbin came out and was like, nah, bitch. And then Ty was like,
bitch.
No, you nah, bitch.
Right? I was here first.
But then Ty lost.
Because he got the shit beat out of him by Baron. I think that's a good reason.
That's true.
He didn't just lose.
I mean, if all of AJ Styles' open challenges keep getting interrupted by Baron Corbin, and then that sets up a feud between AJ and Baron Corbin, that makes sense.
I'm kind of into that, honestly.
I'm like slowly coming around on Baron Corbin.
I want Baron Corbin to do well, especially now that I know that he's not a shitbag as a human being, and also that Vince McMahon doesn't like him. Now I'm like, yes, baby girl, do the best you can!
Team Corbin, he's good at this shitty character.
Yes, I agree. I think he gets it in a way that he didn't necessarily get it in NXT, and I'm like, you've really... like, honed in on who you are as this shitbag character.
Michael Kanellis had a match between Bobby Roode. He did lose.
He did lose. I'm fine with that.
But it's good seeing Michael Kanellis,
yes,
and
I was happy
it
to see
is
him.
also fine to see Bobby Roode.
Yes. And you know, it's like I said last week, I think Bobby Roode will do better in this format where he gets 5 to 10 minute matches every week. I liked him in this. I didn't find him as boring because I didn't feel like you have this very stagnant routine, which I wasn't into 25 minutes of every time I saw you. And now as a singles competitor again in a non-title picture, I like it. I like him. His character makes up for the fact that his wrestling isn't super full. His roster isn't ginormous. And I feel like in these settings, it works very well. And especially against Mike Kanellis, who also has a huge character. I thought they were a very good match together.
Huge character, very old school. I hesitate to say the word basic, but can also fall into
technical.
that, like...
They're very technical.
Kind of boring match.
Yes.
But great character.
And I like, too, that Maria did not get involved in this. I thought it was smart to have her on the outside and let her just be there as a manager, but not be, like, super involved in this.
Aiden English... His beautiful song was interrupted by Kevin Owens, who interrupted him but did not insult him.
No, I loved this.
I
loved it.
Heel bro, where he was like, "These people are dumb. They don't get it. You need to stop talking. I will fight you, but like, just like, take a knee."
Right, and Aiden was like, "Okay, bro, I will. Thank you for appreciating that. No one will appreciate me." Just like casually rolled out of the ring. Was like, "I'll chill over here. It's cool."
Kevin Owens delivered a fire promo about how Shane McMahon is the worst.
Basically.
He was not
He
wrong.
made very good points.
I think
you
it's
just
funny.
put the shirt on and you're the ref?
I think it's funny when heels make great points and are 100% right, but they're somehow the bad guys. That's all of Kevin Owens.
There's a line, is a spoiler, non-spoiler, is a line, I'm not going to tell you where in context this is, but there's a line in Chad Deity where he's like, why are they cheering for the bad guy? But he's actually talking about the good guy. And I feel that so often in wrestling, like...
A lot with Kevin.
A lot with Kevin, a lot with Jinder, a lot with basically anyone who speaks 2 languages, where I'm like, why are they booing you?
With, like, right now with Kevin. Like,
yes.
Jinder's an asshole, that's why they're booing him, not because he's brown.
Right.
He says it's because he's brown, but it's because he's a dick.
Exactly.
Kevin Owens, they're cheering him when they should be booing him, because Kevin Owens is making salient points.
Yes, absolutely.
Shane came out and was like, Shane, look at my feet, Shane. And Kevin was like, you're the fucking worst. And Shane was like,
worst one here!
I am the worst, but I'm also in charge. Aiden English is going to wrestle Sami Zayn. Kevin was on commentary, match between...
So angry at Byron.
So angry.
How fucking dare you, Byron, exist?
He's always angry at Byron.
Yes, I love it.
Kevin Owens gets fed up, takes the shirt off the ref, puts the ref shirt on.
I loved it.
And Sammy's like, literally,
loved it.
What are you doing? And Kevin goes, I'm wearing the shirt, so I'm the ref. That's how this works.
Go!
Kevin Owens
loved it.
Powerbomb Sammy, which, you know what? If Sammy's going to lose, it makes sense that, like, Aiden can't beat him, but Kevin can.
I loved you that Kevin got in the ring was like, Sami Zayn must powerbomb, cannot resist.
And then Kevin was like, Aiden, I don't know, pin him. And then, like, really fast count, he was like, this counts, right? Because I'm wearing the shirt. I'm Kevin Owens.
And we got to hear Aiden's dope music.
Aiden's dope music, and Aiden goes, best ref ever, right? Best ref ever.
I love them. I love them as, like, a weird heel friendship. I think it's appropriate.
But Shane threw out the match.
Oh, who gives a fuck? It's not on the record. You know what's on the record? 87,000 Bray Wyatt losses. Do we not pay attention to the record? Who cares?
Should we talk about Dolph Ziggler? We forgot last week.
I forgot about him this week. He came on and I was like, oh, yeah, you are supposed to be here. Oh, you're just a Wyatt. I would have been excited if he had shown up in a big robe and done a thing and had a lady glowing in the dark.
I literally hope he does the opposite. I hope he walks out in a burlap sack with no music and is like, this is what my gimmick is now.
Yeah, he's like, you know what you can expect? Nothing. And I was like, you know what I expected from you? Nothing. Like, literally nothing. I love too that he gave it like
nothing is above my expectations, to be honest.
He gave a shoot interview where he was like, I've been really phoning it in lately. And
I
was
really,
like,
Dolph?
You are joking! Sir, how dare you? You cannot be serious. Like, no kidding, Dolph. You've been saying this for so long.
Literally
9 years. 9 years you've been saying this shit. Like, no one believes you anymore because you're playing the same character you've always played of, no one takes me seriously. No one gives me the shots I deserve. I don't understand.
Just leave and go become a shitty correspondent.
Yeah, be a shitty correspondent. Be a fucking
Mister,
right-wing
I've
pundit.
never said who I voted for. I clearly voted for Trump.
Motherfuckers, I swear to God. Next election, I will take notes and receipts, let me tell you, because I'm tired of this gaslighting shit.
I will be taking receipts.
Let me tell you, sir.
The Usos had a match against the New Day, and it was the stipulation. Whoever wins gets to choose the stipulation. We don't know the stipulation yet for their rematch, but the Usos did win.
But cheating.
Yeah, they're bad guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Usos. That's not the music, but it's kind of like that.
I wish they would change it into fake DX music. That would be amazing.
I do like their music, though. I like that they just yell Usos at the beginning.
I do too. I love it.
Also, you know what I love, and now everybody loves? We made fun of it for exactly one day, and then everybody got behind Burn It Down.
I said that at the very beginning that I would get used to it. It was the shock of the beginning of
we all hated it for one day.
And now people are shouting it.
The next time it came on, we all screamed,
"Burn it down!" Yes, I agree. They were right in that it's a good participatory thing for people to be doing. It was just so shocking that first time to be like, what is this? And now it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I actually do love this. Also, I think they may have, like, sound mixed it a little better. At first it felt very like, I am sitting on top of this track, and now it feels like I am mixed into this track a little bit. Which maybe just I'm more used to it, but it definitely feels like they've been fucking with everyone's theme songs right now. I doubt that they've, like
doing cocaine and being like, I got a great idea. And Vince is like, yeah. Really hype. Backstage segment where Dasha goes to interview Carmella, but Ellsworth takes the mic and is like asking Carmella questions about her strategy, and she's like, I'm literally never telling you anything ever again.
I love it. I thought it was
idiot.
Great.
And then Natty was like, oh, you can't keep your pet on a leash? Look at my new cat shirt. I love pets.
Her shirt.
Cats.
It's so silly. I was at work today.
It is the dumbest shirt in the world.
I was at work today.
If I ever have a BOGO that I'm like, I don't know what to do the second shirt on, I will get it, but like,
I know.
I'm not going
I love that she has a new shirt because it's better than her old Queen of Hearts shirt. I was at work today, and I have like a friend who I wrestle talk with. Meow time. Who I like wrestle talk with, and he's the cousin of my boss. And so we he's in a different department. We chat inter-office every once in a while, and we'll talk about wrestling. And he was talking to my boss, who sits right across from me, about this Natty shirt today. And I was like, ripped my big ass headphones off and was like, I'm sorry, what are you talking about? What's going on? And he was like, Mia should buy us this shirt, right? And I was like, I have been a loyal employee for 5+ years, and you should definitely buy me this Natty shirt. She was like, I barely watch wrestling. She was like, I watch,
Did she buy you the shirt?
I don't think so. I would love it if she was like, this is your wedding gift. I would fucking die. That would be amazing. But she watches
She's kind of a bitch for not buying it.
Right? Fuck. She watches WrestleMania and Royal Rumble every year. She was like, I know nothing about wrestling. All I know are these very few things. I just saw this cat shirt because he sent me a link, and I need it. I have to own this. And I was like, Mia, I need you to buy this and wear it to work every day so I can be like, yes, someone gets it.
I saw somebody with a Reborn by Fate Hardy Boy shirt, and it took a lot for me to not be like,
the guy behind me in the grocery line had a CM Punk Best in the World shirt, and I
but everybody has a CM Punk Best in the World shirt.
I never go grocery shopping with Michael, though. This was the one time in a year that I've gone, and this dude right behind us was wearing this shirt, and I was like, I really want to say something, and Michael was like, do not speak to this person. Go wait at the end of the line. And I was like, I'll try and make aggressive eye contact. He didn't look, and I should have
damn it. Your shirt is delightful. Just scream at a stranger in Whole Foods.
Yes. If they're in Whole Foods, they probably know what's going on.
Natty has to fight Carmella.
Okay.
Next week.
And then the week
she has to fight Naomi.
All right. Sorry, Carmella.
Drama Mama. Tamina had a match versus a jobber.
I don't know who that was. Yes.
Her name is Tina Stock. Lana was like, everybody take pictures of Tamina while I fix her hair. She's ravishing. It's the ravishing revolution. I'm Lana. I don't understand feminism.
At least she's not wrestling. At least she's a manager
I like that she wrestled for exactly 4 matches, and they were like, this is not a good idea.
No.
Manager.
Put her with someone else. Thank God.
Tamina needs somebody, so it works.
Tamina does need somebody. And I like the backstage promos they've been doing. I like that Tamina can demonstrate with a jobber. In the same way that Nia got to demonstrate with jobbers that she was good and a powerhouse. I feel like they're trying to establish that same thing with Tamina. And good, excellent. Don't let Lana ruin this, and it will be fine.
She's a good manager, so I don't think she will.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe, who knows. Fashion Files, Season 2.
I love them so much.
That's great.
Them so much. Everything about them is amazing.
They think Aiden English is the bad guy.
Good. Awesome. Great. Do whatever you want. Literally go through everyone on this roster.
They have friendship bracelets. I wish they sell Fashion Files friendship bracelets.
Why don't they?
Because
I will buy them.
WWE merchandise doesn't understand how to merchandise.
They don't understand women. That's why. Put that shit out there and women will be like, bitch, give me a friendship bracelet. Yes! I will send them to my sisters and be like, all of you need to wear these.
I like that Fandango was like, I don't get it. And Breeze was like, it's a friendship bracelet. It makes friendship stronger. And without missing a beat, Dango was like, here's my hand.
Yeah, right? Like, I will wear that.
We
Absolutely.
are best friends.
I fucking loved it. It was so good. Ugh, I love them so much.
The final match was Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev and Jinder, and the good guys, quote, the good guys won. But then Randy Orton is a little snake in the grass, RKO, very obviously not out of nowhere.
I know, like, they keep emphasizing that they're gonna fight next week.
Eye contact, RKO.
I know, I like that. Shinsuke had this moment of like, la la la, we're chatting. Eye contact! Like, oh my
RKO.
God, guys. Good lord. Shinsuke took a great RKO.
Shinsuke is a great wrestler.
It looked fucking fantastic. I'm excited to see their match next week. I'm excited for Shinsuke to win. But at the same time, like, what?
Randy Orton
why?
in general is my personal hell.
Why is this happening? Remember there was like a minute when he was hurt where we were like, when is Randy? And now I'm like,
Wasn't
get
Randy
out
supposed
of
to
here.
go on vacation?
Yeah, why didn't he go on vacation? Bitch, be gone. I don't need to see
you.
you.
Have like a newborn? Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here. Go with your sea witch wife and get out of my face.
Sea witch wife. I can't talk about wrestling anymore. All right, let's quickly do questions. This one is from Joe Crack on Twitter, but it is an email. After finishing the first 4 episodes of the Mae Young Classic and seeing your tweets about it, so I know it's safe to ask this, do y'all think it's odd for the tournament to be the place to try and solidify the backstories of Sarah Logan and Sage Beckett? Like, Abby Lath was still able to have her Shakara accomplishments mentioned, but Sarah Logan has apparently no previous wrestling experience, and Sage Beckett is apparently a shaman. I'm not against the gimmicks as a rule, but the tournament seems a weird place to describe these backstories. I find it more odd for Sarah Logan only because I know about her past as Mary Dobson, but it seems they went all in on this Kentucky Wild Woman idea. Like always, thanks for your podcast. Love hearing your thoughts. I think because they both lost in the first round, but they're already signed by WWE, and they are significantly changing their characters in a way that they're not changing Abby's. Like, her character is not that different. She's not the princess, but she's still the crown jewel. Like,
yeah,
they're significantly changing Sarah Logan, Mary Dobson.
They can't reference Mary Dobson. She's not the same person
She's not
anymore.
even close to the same person.
Right, and I think
they gave her a bomb match.
Yes, they did, and I think that they've done a decent job establishing her already on NXT, and now this is who this person really is. We just haven't gotten really into it. And I kind of like this as an introduction to Sage Beckett. I don't feel like this is our only introduction to her. I feel like because she's signed, she's going to get a further NXT introduction later. And, like, I know nothing about her.
Me too.
Literally nothing. And so for me as a new person to her...
She was in TNA for a little bit, but not really.
Yeah, and, like, as a new person to her, I like this. Even though I don't love her gimmick, I really want to know more about her. And I feel like this was a good enough teaser, like you said, especially because she lost in the first round.
She's good in the ring.
Right, exactly.
The gimmick needs work, but it's a good teaser. So when she does show up at NXT, it'll be worth it. Also because they're changing Sarah, so maybe I'm wrong, but Sage Beckett was never as big or like indie cred as like Kimberly was.
Right.
And even though Mary Dobson was, they're changing her character completely. So Abby Lath Kimberly can trade on that a little bit more. And that makes sense.
Yes.
Whereas, like, a reintroduction of a Sage Beckett or Sarah Logan makes sense to me.
I also feel like with Abby Lath, because it's WWE and they want to trade on the, like, women's cred, they want to be able to talk about the fact that Abby Lath was the first grand champion of Chikara, and, like,
they didn't really talk about it.
But they did. Though. They talked about it in match, and were very, very conscious to mention it during the match.
In match, but not, like... In match when there's something else going on, but they didn't put it in like a promo package.
But they featured it as a featured piece on their website.
Okay.
So like I feel like that's a big part of it, and they like showed pictures of her with the purple hair, and were like very clear that this is who that same person was. And so I feel like they want to trade on that because of the women's revolution. So it's a little easier to incorporate Kimberly into Abby Lath as opposed to the way that they like clearly want to disassociate Mary from Sarah Logan.
Yeah, agreed. This is from Alberto Luperon. Maybe. Sorry, I'm not good at names. Hi guys, with last Saturday in mind, it might be nice to send some good vibes at Rosemary. What's your favorite match, moment, whatever, from our favorite Demon Assassin? For me, her 2015 match against Jessica Havoc for Smash Wrestling felt like a real fight in a good way. That is an excellent fight. And while I don't have access to TNA GFW outside of YouTube, I always like the bit with Mia Kim where she climbed up on the cage and stuck her tongue out. Yes. Rosemary has such a great character. She's up there with the all-time greats easily. No one commits more than she does. Of all the great talkers working today, I can't think of anybody whose promos I enjoy more. Also, second question, if you don't mind, what the fucking fuck is wrong with Sexy Star? Holy fuck shit, you guys. Anyway, thanks for all you do. Best Alberto. Sexy Star is clearly just like...
Fuck her, she's trash.
I don't know. Like, who knows what's going wrong
She's
in her
Hulk
brain.
Hogan. I feel like she honestly became Hulk Hogan, where Hulk Hogan became this character who, like, really became the epitome of the American dream, and Sexy Star was the epitome of the wowoman's dream, and, like, just 1000% took it.
Hype too much.
Yeah, buys into her own bullshit in a way that Hulk Hogan did, and it's just to her detriment 1000%, and it blows.
The Jessica Havoc match with Rosemary is
so good,
really, really good. That Mia Yim match, so is Jade in TNA, was excellent. Mm-hmm. All the stuff with the Hardys were great. I love the promo on TNA where she gives Crazy Steve his voice back and takes Abyss's mask off and turns him beautiful. Like, that whole promo was brilliant and excellent and well executed and really set up for the rise of Decay. And like, she did all of the talking
built
for
Decay.
that.
She really fucking did.
Like, all of the work with Decay.
I also love too. This is a little spoiler for Shimmer because it will never come out. It feels like, because Shimmer takes forever. But like in the tapings that we saw where she turned Angel Dust into dust, like, that got me over on that character because she was so committed to turning her into this dark character, and I loved it. And to watch her over this expanse of these tapings become dust because of Rosemary, or I don't remember her independent name is. It's
Courtney
not
Rush.
Yes, was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. And honestly,
I think her independent name might be Rosemary now, but it was Courtney Rush.
Yeah. When we saw her, she was Courtney Rush, and I loved. My favorite moment was that moment where she passed through to get to her merch table, and she was so in character, and she fucking growled at me and scared the piss out of me, like, legit scared the piss out of me. Like, I look up and there's this woman, like, so committed to this, like, get out of my face, and then to see her be so human on the way back, be like, oh shit, whoops, can't go this way, and get around, like, to now see her in this weekend where she plays this demon assassin character who's so strong and so good, and comes out of this shell to be like, I'm a human who experienced this blows, and like this woman fucked me over, and really,
she's
like,
excellent. And if you go back and watch like
I just love it.
Cherry Bomb, Courtney Rush matches, they're
so
great.
Good.
She's excellent.
Yes,
and
so
I love
good.
Her. Go buy her merch.
Yes.
Okay, let's do a couple reviews. We are 2 reviews away from 60, so go review. Also, like, that enters you in our little contest. This is from Tanner Will Banks. Love this pod. As a progressive wrestling fan, it is nice to hear like-minded voices who openly talk about the problematic aspects of the entertainment that we love.
That's our thing.
I love having 2 knowledgeable female fans doing fun, entertaining commentary. Thank you. This one is from WSOU Mad Scientist. Excellent quality wrestling
Excellent
content.
name, also.
Stella and Erin know their stuff, provide highly enjoyable content, and add a great personal touch to their show. I have loved every episode I've listened to. They are a credit to the wrestling podcast community and should have an even greater audience than they do.
Oh,
I agree.
That was very nice. Thank you.
We
that
have
was
more
so
reviews.
Nice.
We have more reviews, but I have to save them. I have to, like, stretch them out. But also review our podcast.
Yes, enter into our contest where you can win a Not Your Demographic koozie, also a Boone the Bounty Hunter DVD.
And a button.
And a button. And also, you should come see us. If you have made it this far, you should definitely come see us at Podslam. I know this is a long-ass episode. Happy Mae Young, everybody. You should come see us at Podslam at the IO Theater on September 23rd. We're doing our first...
5:15.
5:15. We're doing our first ever live show. we're participating in a swear jar. If you'd like to match our swear jar donation, you can do that. That's a great way to donate to Comic
Just
Skewer.
like be prepared.
Oh yeah, right. I'm prepared. I'm coming with like $50 in quarters. Like, I know I'm gonna fuck this up real bad. See, that would be a quarter. I'm gonna fuck this up real bad. So if you would like, that's a great way to come to our show and donate just based on those. So if you want to do that, that would be great. You can get your tickets at
I think it's iotheaterchicago.com.
Yes, I believe that you're correct.
I don't know. Just Google IO Theater Chicago.
Yes, and come to our show. It's gonna be super
You
fun.
do the work. Why do I gotta do the work for
Do
you?
freaking do your own work. Also, there's a bunch of other cool stuff that'll be there. And also, I'm participating in like a group game show later in the evening.
9 p.m.
Yeah, at 9 p.m. If you can come to
I'm
that,
not,
I'll be
my
there.
grandparents are in town.
Well, listen, Michael's
Also,
having his
I'm, like,
bachelor party that day, so I'm free as a
throwing
bird.
Erin a bone so she can be like the popular one.
Please.
You can find us on the internet. I'm at Stella_Cheeks.
I'm at Urgency.
You can find us at cagesidesseats.com and at notyourdemographic.tumblr.com.
You can send us an email, which you should do, at notyourdemo@gmail.com.
And then please review, rate, and subscribe to us on iTunes.com.
You'll get entered into our contest.
We've talked about the contest a lot. It is so late.
know.
This podcast is so long. How am
I
I
know.
even going to have time to edit it, you guys?
You can do it. I believe in you. You got it. Demis?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we have to do the closing. Let's just do the closing.
No, I really have to. I'm sorry.
Hi, you've reached the High Fashion Hotline.
Hi, my family is hosting a barbecue for Labor Day, and we need our style to look smokin'.
Try Old Navy. You guys will look BB cute.
Old Navy?
Yep, right now at Old Navy's Labor Day sale, the styles your family loves are all 50% off. Get 50% off all jeans, dresses, and tees.
50% off all jeans, all dresses, and all tees?
You bet, all 50% off at Old Navy and OldNavy.com.
Honey, get those dogs off the grill. We're going to Old Navy.
High fashion, Old Navy. Valid 8/31 to 9/4. Excludes licensed men's packaged and clearance.
Right now, save 50% off everything at Gap Factory and 50 to 70% off everything at Banana Republic Factory. That's right, 50% off or more on everything in stores and online. Save with tees starting at $6.99 and 40% off clearance at Gap Factory stores. And at Banana Republic Factory stores, fabulous tops start at $9.99 and 50% off clearance. Hurry! Search our store locator for your nearest Gap Factory and Banana Republic Factory store or shop us online.